Nathan, yeah, no, don't do the top button.
I didn't think I'd be breaking this out anytime soon.
The
I couldn't.
tuck shirt, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a tuck shirt. Okay, I fuck with that.
I
Don't
couldn't
be-
find my what are they called? Bow tie.
Don't want me to break mine out, Nathan? It's somewhere back in that mess.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know if it fits me anymore.
Did I miss anything?
Not particularly. Is everyone ready for session?
Yes.
Yeah, stream is going.
Alrighty. Welcome everyone to session 12 of Tooth and Claw. Last session was a bit of a doozy, but I'm going to do my best to summarize it. You guys made your way into the compound of Lord Quintha. You snuck around his mansion. The party was a trap to find Bud, but with a clever use of stealth and movement, you guys were able to sneak into the mansion, sneak around, and uncover some rooms, uncover some secrets. You found out the Quintha family has some spy masters, if not specialized in spycraft. You found an assassination board with multiple bounties on everybody but Iris, notably. Everybody in the party but Iris. Additionally, while examining that room, the floor was dropped out from under you, and you were confronted by the red tiefling Zyla, who is was a necromancer. We're gonna use was. In a pitched combat, you guys fought and slayed her and the helmed horrors that were threatening you, and you guys find yourself in that basement now. The purple energy of her necromancy crackling through the floor still. Those giant fissures of magical energy, not physically like fissures in the ground, but still places that would be potentially painful or hard to step, as the undead are still kind of clawing in an ethereal manner in her death throes. Because it is Mika's birthday, we are going to play a little game before we get going. As a happy birthday present to Mika. And because I know all of you already know this game, none of the other party members or players are allowed to help.
What? What is happening?
Oh boy.
So, Mika,
I'm
it's a
muting myself.
very, very simple game. Nothing to panic about. So, there is one of three, and this isn't in game session right now. There are one of three doors. Behind one door is a boon for the entire party. Behind two of the doors are cursed items that you will immediately attune to if you open the wrong door. So, step one, I'm going to ask you to pick door A, B, or C.
C.
Okay, you pick door C. Now, before I tell you if you're right or wrong, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open door A to reveal Cursed Necklace.
Okay.
Now, knowing that door A had a cursed item behind it, would you like to keep your door or swap to door B?
What is this? Deal or no deal? I'll keep C.
You'll keep C. Okay.
Mhm.
So,
The
two
game
things
show
happen.
paradox.
Two things happen simultaneously. One, everybody in the party gains an inspiration point today because everybody has a birthday and everybody is special. But
Get fucked.
but Iris in particular, as this necromancer is dying, suddenly a black chain appears around your neck with an eye amulet in the middle of it. Purple, and you are attuned to it. You
Oh.
gain +2 passive perception right off the bat. And it does
Oh,
have more magical effects.
Does it have a name? Can I like add it to my is it
Yep, Amulet of the Eye.
amulet of the? Okay, that's cool. Okay.
It's a custom magic item, so you're not gonna be able to find it.
That sounds like a
Okay.
very tame name, and it scares me.
Okay. And I should just be able to change my pet. Can I just change my pet? Oh yeah, customize. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
Just Override.
Yeah,
This
override.
is an amulet with no other effects.
No, I said there are other magical effects, but without the use of identified, nothing.
I can do that. I can
Uh,
cast it if you need.
You said +2 to passive perception, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
Because I
As-
only rolled one nat 20 when I was checking the vibes of my dice.
Oh,
So.
poor
love how-
Chelsea.
I love how I'm starting off with a fucking cursed item. I think that's really cool and chill.
Is it cursed, or did you pick the right door?
Time
There's
will
a
tell.
mathematically there's a 2/3 chance that's the cursed item.
Well, it actually went down to a 50.
Technically-
because the first door.
It didn't go down to a 50-50. It's the game show paradox.
That's
It's-
true.
He removed a door, but there was still
That's
only a
fair.
1/3 chance that you were right. So
That's true.
it's a whole psychological thing that you're actually supposed to switch, but people are more likely to stick with their decision.
I'm too stupid for this. This is unfair.
Hi, if that doesn't set the precedent for the session, I don't know what will. Additionally,
Okay.
another thing to note, you guys encountered Zerial, the Queen of the Nine Hells, who killed Asmodeus in front of you. Killed. Because Kyle fucking nailed it. Yeah, he's absolutely 100% not dead. He
Yeah, he
feigned
ain't.
that shit and disappeared. Calgus also received a cool-ass revolver that he used to kill the Necromancer. Once again, as those last little motes of purple energy are fading away, suddenly the Quinta household from above shakes with a tremendous fury, almost like an earthquake, but from above.
You make
Yes,
my
Brandon.
heart quake.
I would just like to say I cast Cure Wounds level 2 on myself.
Okay, absolutely. Go.
Oh
ahead.
yeah, we're hurt, aren't we?
Yeah, I gained 19 HP from it. I rolled an 8 and a 7, so.
Oh, wasn't Curran gonna do his healing with the armor?
He sure was, but he's not here, so y'all don't get the benefit of that.
Ooh.
You suck.
Okay, who's low? Who's low? Who's low?
On a scale of 1 to 50, I'm at 19.
Okay, Ed. Not Ed, Bud.
Not my legs!
That was also Kyle's old character
That's-
from last
yeah.
year.
Jesus.
Last
It's
campaign.
not everything's about you today, Mika. Shut the
Trigger! No,
fuck
that was like
up.
a trigger. That caught me off guard.
Jesus. I'm at 39 out of 58. I'm fine.
Okay, and Iris is fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Holy shit, 14. Chelsea gained 18 HP.
Hell
Nice.
yeah, dude.
Dang.
6 and an 8. My D8
Let's
is
go.
rolling. 6 and 8 plus 4. But... So I'm out of
Alrighty.
level 2 spell slots.
Lovely.
As you guys are standing there, kind of healing up, that shaking has only started to intensify, and roll me a perception check.
I was just gonna say, can we
keep moving.
can we check that out?
Ooh. Mason, how
Ooh.
much time has gone by since we came to the party?
About 3 hours at this point.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Perception.
No issues. I got it, guys. Not a problem.
The entire party except Bud. You're healing your wounds. You're kind of binding your injuries. You're trying to get back on your feet. Bud, you're doing similar, but as you're standing there, as the room is starting to shake with an intense fury, you smell smoke coming from above, and not the wisps of a cooking fire, but the
Or that
acrid,
Zaza.
the acrid black smoke of burning buildings.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get moving. There's smoke. We gotta get out of here. That was so bad.
We gotta get gone.
Oh,
We gotta get going. Alright, how can we get out of here? Would I be able to lift any other people with my boots of levitation? We should
Well,
probably
didn't
look around to see if there's exits.
I was gonna say that thing that we came through closed, so there's no way going up that. Obviously, that's just not
Yep.
gonna work.
and it did dump you 30 feet. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
I
guys.
was behind her, where we were fighting. She had to come down some way.
Mhm. As you guys, it doesn't take any sort of roll. There is a heavy wooden door with stairs leading upwards. However, the door is locked.
I'll pick it.
Oh, can I? Oh,
Do you have
Yeah.
proficiency in thieves' tools?
yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say. It's a pretty basic lock, but for every failed attempt, 6 seconds go by, and the room is actively filling with smoke.
Yeah, I'm proficient in thieves' tools. So,
26.
and what is it just? What does proficiency with thieves' tools do for me? Is it just help me to?
It's
just-
gonna give you a proficiency bonus to the roll,
Okay.
essentially. So Dex plus proficiency. I heard you 26.
Okay, so that's a 28.
With a 26, Calgus, you whip out a pick and you start. And as the last tumbler falls, Mika, you suddenly seeing a pendulum type device in the lock, slam your pick in there, and you watch as a spike had just started protruding at the door. What would normally be like gut height, but head height for Calgus. Barely stopping the trap that would have done a lot of damage. You guys go through the rest of the door. There were other traps, but with the 26 and a 28, you're able to disarm them. Most of them are just spike traps.
I do say I picked up Steel Defender's core and put him in my hat.
Yep, no problem. You guys are able to rush up the stairs. No rolls necessary for Constitution as you're making your way up the damp stairwell. You burst into the courtyard to complete and utter pandemonium. Standing in the center of the courtyard is that. Standing about
Fire.
20 feet tall,
Where is
ripping
Oh, what the?
Oh.
Ripping-
okay.
ripping party
What
guests
is that?
asunder. You notice multiple bodies are strewn across. It looks like some of the Alacrus family tried to fight. Some other guards tried to fight it, but bisected bodies, completely, smashed heads. Just this thing is going on a rampage. But give me a perception check.
12.
With a 12, there is something familiar about this beast, but you can't quite put your hands on it. And as it is rampaging, the unhuman wails that are coming out of it. I need Constitution saving throws from everybody.
Yep. Ooh.
That's either really good or really bad, and I don't know with you, Brandon.
We were
Jesus
so close,
Christ.
Brandon.
See, mine are just,
Oh, this is awkward. This
Nathan,
is
mine are
really
just natural,
awkward.
so-
You're natty. You're natty.
This
Yeah, I
is
got some natty.
awkward.
Kovu, I shall eat you.
Okay, so with a nat 20 and two dirty 20s, this wave, more of like a feral cry, hits you, a high-pitched, deafening tone. Everybody but except Iris managed to keep up to your feet as this sound wave just blasts you, and you feel your feet kind of sink deeper into the ground. Iris, as this wail hits you,
Uh-huh.
you feel the deepest depression Iris has ever experienced. Just the unwillingness to go on, the feeling of immense loss. And you lose half your movement speed as you take it's almost like you're being forced to your knees. Just these feelings of immense loss and grief and
Can some-
anger.
Lost.
Can
is
somebody
lost.
carry me?
Loss,
this-
LOSS.
Would this
Can somebody
count?
carry me?
Is this like a fear,
Yeah.
frightened condition?
This is not a frightened condition. This is a physical condition.
Nothing that heroism can fix.
I would allow heroism.
Okay, Mika, I'm gonna cast heroism on you. Willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until this spell ends, this creature is immune to being frightened and gains 10 hit points equal to your spellcasting modifier at the start of each of its turns. So
I'm
you have
full health then.
All right.
you have 4 10 hit points.
Yeah, I
W-
bet. 410. Okay.
So with heroism, you're able to stave off the effect of that halved movement speed. However, this thing is still rampaging. It hasn't dialed in on you guys yet, as it's battering the spears away from some poor guards that it's about to just absolutely crush into the pavement. Yes.
This is gonna sound bad. This isn't our problem.
I was gonna say,
No.
yeah.
Like,
It's not.
These
this
are
is
the
not-
bad people.
These are bad people getting what's coming to them.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, as you look around the compound, those torches that were burning are no longer burning, and the fiery kind of like illusion that was happening in the sky no longer present. Bud, give me an Arcana check.
For fiends?
Anybody else? Yes.
Or just that stuff, yeah.
So you get fiends. Everybody else gives me a regular Arcana check.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20 as well.
What are these rolls?
Okay.
I have 15.
That's okay. Vina, you're pretty sure whatever magical conditions were on this place have been relieved. Bud, you are aware that the magical ley lines that were being used no longer have magic running through them, and whatever fiendish magic was on, like, essentially on this compound has been lifted.
Lifted as in it escaped, or like it's simmered?
I mean,
yes.
we killed her, so.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to give me a perception check? And then what are we thinking? Are we running? Are we fighting?
Running.
We're running.
Running.
I think we.
All
just
right.
run.
At least Vina's running.
Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Mika, we can't hear you.
I'm just fucking done with perception checks. That was so. It wasn't a nat 1.
No,
It was
Drunk.
damn close.
You
It was
just got a
2.
bonus to your perception,
that's
dog.
a
Just
pretty
passive.
good bonus, though. God
Yeah,
damn.
to my perception, or to my passive perception, yeah. If it was to my actual perception, without being drugged up, I'd be at a +10. That would be insane. No, passive. Which is good,
Oh.
but
15, 8. But, Vina, did you give me a perception?
Oh, mine was 13.
13? Okay. Calgus, with a 15, kind of like a Bud, there is something eerily familiar about this monster. And as you guys turn to make your way out of the compound, you notice just the finest of gold stitching crisscrossing this thing's skin.
The other tiefling. Oh, who noticed this? Who noticed this?
I did.
Helgus.
You wouldn't know then, but I know.
The stitching.
Oh,
Or we were all told about it. It was the other tiefling.
Mason's rolling. We need to go.
We're
It's
running.
the other lesbian.
We gotta go. We run.
I can put darkness on us or
Roll
anything
initiative.
Fuck.
Yup.
God
Oh
damn
my
it.
fucking god. Oh my
Ooh.
fucking
So
god.
this is Liliana Chambers, the green tiefling, lesbian.
I hate it here. We should have just run. We really truly should have.
If there's anything I never roll
God.
well on, it's initiative.
17 in it.
17
Oh,
in it.
15 in it. Tell me in it.
I saw.
Alright.
I saw a post.
With
that was
those
like,
rolls, what is the lowest speed of the party?
I have 30.
30.
30.
Mine's 30.
Okay. So
We
is
all
the
have
par- Is the party running?
Oh, I see what's happening. Yes. Yes. Dashing.
Dashing. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
dashing.
Oh, I have a very
Same.
important question. Is it in between us and the exit?
It is not at this time.
At
But-
this time.
Perfect.
As you guys kind of start to run, you hear this thing as a claw rakes through 4 guards in one swipe, killing them.
Oh, good.
As it turns, and you just see its kind of snout go, and its eyes flash and kind of highlight on Bud, and you see multiple like crystal balls embedded in its chest.
No.
The crystals from earlier.
Yeah.
So it's hunting you, like it's using it to hunt you. Nice, great, cool.
We fire at the crystals
Probably,
if that's an option that he gives us.
probably.
Are you shooting at the crystals?
I think we
Oh, oh.
run.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Can I like kite like in League of Legends?
So, right now, here's what I'm going to say. If you guys want to run
Yeah.
away, currently you have the advantage on the initiative order. And you guys can use any skills to try to get away from this thing. It's going to be a skill check. So from the 4 of you, I need 3 successes. I will set the DC based on the skills you used. Yes, Calgus.
Can I cast grease in between us and it, and the grease will automatically catch fire
Oh,
because it's grease.
I was gonna
making
hit it with a
making
firebolt.
wall of fire.
I will say Grease will lower the DCs everybody else needs, but then we need 3 successes from everyone else. 1 success apiece from everyone else.
Are you guys
So
cool
it's
with
like a
that? Or
skill check?
do we want 4 attempts without the grease, or 3 easier attempts?
I would say with
say
degrees sounds fun.
3 easier attempts.
Do it.
Because
Okay.
you say just like a skill
I'll
check.
burn the spell slot
whatever
for
we
it.
It's
choose to do.
whatever skill you want, you just
Oh.
have to justify it to me how you're using it to get away.
Mason, I also want to do one other thing.
Okay.
I have a new feature with level 6, and I feel like this is a perfect time for it. I have Brand of Castigation. Once per short long rest, whenever I damage a creature with a weapon that has an active right, you can sear an arcane brand into that creature, and that makes it so that I always know the direction to the branded creature and other stuff. I want to shoot the
Mm.
motherfucker.
So you can
Okay.
turn and run and always know where it is.
Yep.
So,
Hmm.
Always.
if you shoot the motherfucker, are you... So bad things are going to happen for every skill check you guys do not make.
Yep.
So you're using your action to shoot him. So... Shoot her. So the
Well, that's
max
like-
skill checks that Chelsea and Mika can make are going to be
It's
2 to escape. So, it is completely your choice. I think it's dope. But
Unless we-
understand, for every skill check under 3, bad things happen and they get worse and worse.
And plus, like, know that, like, technically, if this was to be like turn-based stuff, I would
Mhm.
still be able to move. You know, I would have 30 feet of movement rather than 60. but still
Correct.
movement.
This is more of a skill check than a turn-based combat currently.
Yeah. So I just
Unless,
don't want too much of a penalty, is what I'm saying.
unless we don't want grease, then I can make a check.
That is another option.
But I know I'm gonna brand this, and I don't care what anyone has to say. This is personal to Bud.
I'll not use grease, so
I
I can
think
make
it's
a
best to
skill
have-
check.
So can I just say like
Mhm.
I'm gonna use like stealth, kind of just
Sure.
try to evade it to the best of my ability to kind of
Yep.
get away from its. Okay. Ooh, woo! That is a 27.
Okay. 1 success. Mika used stealth. Calgus, what are you doing?
I'll use investigation to watch for falling, like seeing like the integrity of the house, what parts are gonna fall, what parts aren't gonna fall.
Makes sense to me. Go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. Let's
That
get it
was
Oh
out.
yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Natural one. So that's going to, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Mm.
I think
So
that's
does
a
it just
good
need to
idea.
be? So is it?
Better. Much,
Brandon,
much better.
Calgus, are you using your inspiration or are you using your 1 charge of the lucky feat?
Actually, I will use my 1 charge of the lucky feat. That's what I will do. Yes.
Okay.
So you guys will kind of see Calgus like looking in the completely wrong direction, and then all of a sudden, you notice that the revolver on his hip kind of glows, and it runs up his arm and just kind of shifts it so his body moves and he sees where he needs to be looking, and that's going to be a 26.
So
Okay.
your fucking revolver gives you a
Two successes. Bud, what would you like to do?
Did I do the? I am gonna shoot it still.
You're gonna go ahead and roll me an attack.
I have 2 attacks per action.
I'll give you 2. You can roll
Okay.
2.
I mean, hopefully I should. I'm glad I'm rolling another one. It's a 15. But I only need to land 1, guys.
Okay.
Please. Okay, God bless. 19. No, unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20 will barely beat this thing's AC. All right, so you can go ahead and roll me damage, and you're branding it with the Heretic's Mark.
Yes, the brand of castigation.
Brand of Castigation. Bud, how does Brand of Castigation manifest on this creature?
Wait, hold on. Doing math first. 5 plus.
That's not the brand of castration.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When he said it the first time, I'm like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?"
I got your power of your balls in my hand.
Nathan,
your balls
private,
in my purse,
private
boy.
chat right now.
It's 10 damage.
10 damage.
And-
Okay.
The way that it manifests is that you're gonna see it was kind of a veiny creature, right? You know, you can see it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a vein, so it count. Y'all thinking what I'm thinking?
No, we're not.
We're really not.
Am
Okay.
I comfortable?
No, I'm just okay, so you just see its veins really pulsing now. And my veins are pulsing too, really
Kind of as the blood courses through.
yeah, it's almost
in those A and V waves, just.
well, it's kind of the further away I would get from it, the slower it would go. But since we're really close, it's
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
But
just,
yeah,
just as you described, your blood is currently going crazy and almost pulling in the direction of this creature.
exactly.
Alrighty, Vina. What are you doing to get away?
I think I will kind of, as we're running, can I use deception to kind of make it seem like we went
Yeah, I
a
would
different
say
way?
so.
You know what I mean?
You
Kind of
have
cover our
access-
tracks, kind of,
You
yeah.
have access to minor illusion or
I sure do. I
cantrip.
have.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely, you can use deception.
Sick. I rolled the big chonker dice.
As you
Oh
will.
lordy, thick.
Yeah, it's a 21.
Big one.
21.
Big one.
With
21.
a 21, that is 3 successes for a total of over 60, which is the best case scenario. Yes,
Thank God.
there was a secret hidden objective that if you did not reach, trouble. Alrighty, as you guys run away, Bud, you turn with your heavy crossbow, firing it, branding it with that mark, blood boiling. Calgus, revolver turning you in the right direction, booking it towards the door. Mika, using stealth, you're kind of lighter on your feet, and also with the help of Vina and some minor illusions, misdirecting this thing with multiple little images of you guys running multiple different directions. As you guys run out the front gate, Calgus, you have the wherewithal to turn, double barrel shotgun, blow the gate controls off their hinges. As the gate drops, you guys run out of the Quinta compound as this thing is screaming and wailing behind you, and just the sound of death and destruction following in its wake. Alrighty, guys. You're able to navigate. So once again, the Quinta household was on the edge of Menos. It's pretty easy to navigate your way back into Menos. It takes, a couple of hours to get out of the wooded, jungled area that some of the nobles live in seclusion at the edge of the city, and make your way back towards the city. where would you guys like to go? Last session, we talked about there is some interest in the Feywild. There's the Moonstone Harbor, of course, for tax reasons, our bar. And then Pirate Mommy and a couple other happenings around the city. What would you all like to do?
You also have
What
to
time
head
is it?
north, right?
It is about 1 a.m. in the morning. So
yeah,
the
probably sleep.
We should
streets are
probably get-
dead, the red light districts are alive, but by and large, the reputable folks of Menos have disappeared for the night.
We should probably get back to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
How far is that of
my-
a travel?
So the bar is, it's going to be a couple of, well, technically it's about a day's travel, but,
We should find an inn.
mhm.
My only concern is like the bitch following us. I don't want anything happening to Artie. Like even if we know where like she is, it's still concerning. So I think we go to an inn.
Well, yeah, we don't want to travel the day yet either. So.
No, yeah.
And then we also got to. We talked about heading into the desert. Was it? Was it out
I bel-
east?
So there's a great dungeon.
Yeah,
Nope. Nope, I'm not doing that.
Not yet.
I think we're ready.
There's the Feywild, and then there's some political happenings in the upper echelons, kind of some movement there. Additionally, Vina, you find it weird you haven't heard from Valencia. Like, it was a good night. Like, you should have at least gotten a message back at this point.
Yeah. Do I have a? Let me
Alrighty,
check
so
something.
as we look for an inn, who wants to give me the high, low, good, bad?
Oh
mean?
God, I think it should be
I
Mika because
can-
it's her
Yeah,
birthday.
anyone
Yeah, it's
on it?
Mika's
Yeah,
birthday.
Mika. It's Mika's
I'll do
birthday.
it.
Let Mika.
I
do it.
absolutely will do it.
Let Mika
Ooh.
kill
I-
us.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, Mika. Don't fuck it up, man.
High is good for me.
You know Mason rolls it. Right?
Oh wait, I thought I rolled it.
No, you can roll it. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
I got a fucking natural 20, so I really sure hope to God that I can roll
20.
it.
Okay.
Huh?
Isn't it out of 100? Or am I going
No,
crazy?
it's just you're going crazy.
This can be a D20. I'm good with that.
Okay. I thought the first minute was a D20. Am I mistaken?
It can be. I asked for different things depending on different
Okay.
tables and what I'm looking for.
So what do you want me to roll? Because I'll roll something else if you want me to.
D20 is perfect. Nat 20 is excellent. As you guys are going around, there are several decent-looking inns in the area, but as you're kind of looking for a place to lay your head, you hear the sound of a carriage and some Protoceratops pull up behind you, and you hear, "Well, hi there, friends. What you doing?"
We got 'em, boys.
Wait, it's the carriage guy again.
What brings you to this corner, Menos?
Wait, who's this?
I can't believe I found you again. Hi.
I don't think you were in this session, Nathan. We took his carriage a while ago.
No, we didn't take it.
Well, yeah,
as a
we-
little,
no,
No,
we
we
took
rode
it.
it.
Oh,
As-
yes.
as a little
Oh my
halfling
God.
man in like a nicer than you saw him last time, like a little green smock. With the carriage has been upgraded.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
it looks to have some like comfy seats and stuff, and is being pulled by not one but two Protoceratops now.
Let's go.
Because didn't I persuade him to like?
You seduced him. Yeah.
To like
Essentially,
lower the
yeah.
cost of the
Yeah.
carriage, I think is what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
I think he just wants somebody to talk to, if I remember correctly.
And then he just talked my
He
ear
was
off. Yep.
lonely.
Yeah.
I think I almost
Oh.
stole from him, but I don't think I.
No, because
No,
he talked
you
about
didn't
his
steal from
family.
him. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Well, what are you guys doing out past this late? I mean, are you trying to get home or what's going on?
Yeah, we were at a party, and
Oh.
things can get a little crazy sometimes. We're
Yeah. Yeah, I
days
mean,
out of the
I'm not
way,
into the
so-
kinky stuff myself, but I see you guys are
I
covered in
know.
blood, and hopefully you had a good time. Me and the missus, we just
You-
missionary,
number-
keep it straight with God.
You know,
and just,
You remember the number one rule, right?
yep. Don't be
Don't talk
silly,
ab-
wrap your willy.
No, don't
Yep.
talk about Fight Club. Yep.
Yeah. no.
Fight Club?
Nothing. All right.
Oh gosh, that sounds intense. Well, I'm happy to give you a ride. I just got a big tip.
Yeah. Are you heading back back up to Mill City.
No, I'm headed south. But we're about as north gets right now. So if you want to
Bro.
go
Yeah.
north, I can help you. But
Yeah, we can go south back to
Okay.
yeah. How much?
I just got tipped like 40 gold, so like we're good. Like just get in. I'm going south anyway.
Okay, yeah, it was great. I'm gonna hop on.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't have a
Yeah.
proper introduction with you last time. I was a bit shy. Who are you?
Son of a bitch, you're gonna make me look up this fucking name.
We don't know his name?
We can't remember. He's in the notes somewhere.
Yeah.
He'll kind of bow and he'll be like, "Well, sir, you look like a distinguished gentleman. My name is Mr. Merriweather."
Hi, Mr. Merriweather.
He'll kind of like offer you his hand, but he is admittedly like upwards, like offering to shake your hand.
Do you need up or anything?
No. Oh gosh, you're a strong one. Oh man. Oh my. Well, yeah, I'm sure all y'all did very good at Fight Club.
No, you don't talk about it.
I'll pray for all of you. I don't
Quiet.
understand it, but I hope it brings you joy.
Yes,
This
thank
is
you.
every Midwestern
Thank you, Mr.
neighbor ever.
All right, well, I think I'm gonna just hop on in, maybe take a nice nap because I'm a bit tired.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm also gonna rest.
Bit
So
late.
what I'm gonna say is, on the dead streets of Menos, this halfling fucking hauls ass. You guys can make it back in a pretty reasonable time to the Moonstone Tavern, rest in your own beds, and gain the benefits of a full rest.
Yes.
Let's go. My sweet.
I would
sweet
also,
sluts.
when we get back, check to see if I have any mail
Once again,
from Pirate Mommy. No?
no mail from Pirate Mommy, no mail from your brother, and no mail from any of your informants.
I'm a little, like, offended.
Why are you offended? They're probably dead.
Pardon.
That is kind of true.
Are you gonna tell me that I'm wrong?
Pirate Mommy's not dead.
Oh, I would like to, if Iris will let me, when we're in the carriage, I would like to cast Identify on her
Yeah.
necklace.
Please do.
Okay. Amulet of the Eye. Has a
Hold on,
couple.
Sorry, I want to get my notes up for this. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Okay.
Amulet of the Eye has a couple of magical effects. One of them is a +2 to passive perception. The other is, if you put it behind you, it gives you the ability to see behind you, much like, just like kind of like 360, but it's kind of more like 90 and 90. So 180. You're not an owl, but it's pretty good. But people can't really sneak up behind you anymore if you put it behind you. Additionally, it gives you a ritual cast of the alarm spell every day. And
Who is that?
then there is a minor curse on it.
What is that curse, Mason?
Yeah. Do I at least get to know what the curse is?
Yeah, absolutely. As it came into your possession, one might say on a gamble, you are already attuned to it, and as you take it off, you don't see anything, Mika. Blindness.
Oh, I thought you meant like it
So
vanishes
Mason.
from her hand.
No,
Mason.
no.
Like you don't
Hey,
see it.
Mason.
Mhm.
We had this conversation towards the beginning of this campaign,
We
and I
did.
think I discreetly remember this certain mask that would do the same fucking thing. And I said, I'm
Correct.
already disabled. I don't want to play disability D&D. And you motherfucker, said, no, you're gonna have it anyways. No choice.
You didn't have a choice,
You did.
You could have swapped doors.
and you chose C and not B.
And fun fact, there was a fourth option that nobody even considered.
Just not doing it.
Just not opening any
Not
doors.
opening a door.
Where's the fun in that?
Cool.
Welcome
Um,
to D&D.
Sweet.
But when she puts it back on, does she regain her sight at least?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I just can't fucking lose this thing.
Correct.
I mean, if you do, I mean, next level I'll have lesser restoration, so I should be able to remove blindness. If it's a low level curse, Mason.
It's a minor curse, he said.
I said it's a minor curse. I did not say a low level.
I can attempt with lesser restoration.
It's true. But yes, Mika, by and large, with the amulet on, you are not blinded.
So, question then. With like my attuned items, so is that one of my 3 slots then? I just don't really have an option in that? There's no choice in that? Cool! Love it.
Did you have 3 other items attuned at the time this got attuned to you?
Wait, what? Sorry. It's got attuned to me, you said?
So this is an attuned item, but did you have 3 other items at the time this attuned?
No, I only had 1.
Okay, so yeah, this does count as an attunement slot as far as you know.
She had 3. Would it not have attuned then because she couldn't, or would have it knocked randomly off?
Who's to say?
So then, how since it's like a
who's to say counter?
Since it's like a not in like D&D and Beyond, how would I add? Because I don't want to forget that I have this attunement specifically, because disabled.
So you can mark an attunement slot in D&D Beyond, and
Yeah,
just
I have to do that for some of my stuff.
You
so.
just click a box.
Don't
Don't worry about it for now. All right, not the end of the world. You have 2 attuned items. You know, we're not at a level in the campaign where that's necessarily the biggest deal. So.
Sounds good.
You guys wake up well rested. As always, there is a splendid meal. This time of some fruit, coffee, bacon, eggs, just kind of the fixings. As it seems like Artie picked up on the fact that y'all came home. Calgus, you're in Artie's room. There is now a very nice sheet that can be pulled back and forth.
Wonderful.
And Artie has upgraded to a cot from a sleeping bag.
Yay!
Not a full bed, but it's a camping cot.
It's something.
Alrighty. Additionally, the job board has been updated, and multiple new job listings are there.
What might they be?
Bud, you can go over and check them out.
I would love
to.
I'm gonna look at the gold awards first. Sort it by gold.
Sort it by gold. Okay, the petty jobs, we're not even gonna fuck with them. Let's go for 500 and up. Sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay, 500 and up paydays. So, there is rumors of a bandit king to the south.
Ooh.
There is rumors of a lost city appearing also in the south, but this is about a 2 months travel south.
Nope.
There is also a royal proclamation for adventurers, stating that an unholy ritual is taking place in the city, and the crown needs somebody to suss it out, and that's a 1,500 gold payday. And then there is a missing persons quest. Not necessarily a high-paying quest. It's only about 400 gold, but it is information on the whereabouts of the Stormbringer. Which is Valencia's ship.
Well, that probably answers some things.
So what? I missed the first little bit that you said that was a missing person.
It's a missing persons quest. It's 400 gold for any information about the whereabouts of the Stormbringer, which is Valencia's ship.
Xena would like to do that one.
And Bud, since you're looking at these jobs so closely, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I would love to.
And I'm gonna give you a D4 metagame dice.
Ooh. We meta gaming.
Is there anything on there about us? Like a hit on
14.
us.
14. Bud would have no reason to notice it. So what Bud doesn't notice is at the bottom of the royal proclamation, it is signed with a blood red R.
Oh, it's because you hate us. It's because you hate us so much. You just want to dangle it in front of our face like, ha ha ha, your other characters failed, you idiot. They're now dead, and here's the BBEG. Fuck all your feelings.
What is happening?
Lord Rusevere. Remember
it's
Vampire?
Oh, God, I
it's
understood.
Resevere. That's how he signed his things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, ha 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 ha, it's right here, but you can't do anything about it. I've lost my mind.
I'm
Yeah,
Brandon,
clearly.
something very vital broke there for a moment, and I feel bad. I feel responsible.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
also
that
scared
was-
of? Remember how we talked about how there was ever going to be a day that Kanika
Yeah.
lost her mind, you know? And
Yeah.
basically became a weapon of him, and she's like real scary, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, because she's fast as fuck.
Yeah. It's gonna be Mason
Hi.
using
How's it
my weapon
Brandon?
against us.
I'm scared about Henry.
Brandon, what was the name of your werewolf?
Henry.
Your blood.
Henry.
That's what I thought. I was like, I was just gonna say.
Henry's also
I
scary.
wonder what he's up to. Because we
I
haven't
forget-
gotten an update since last campaign. Did we get one for this
Yeah.
campaign? No.
What was his nickname? Mason, once he left the party. Like, wasn't he like the bastard of
the bastard angel of Bast.
Yes. Yeah, dude was fucking shit up, and then he got his wings taken away.
But yeah, no. So there are some numerous quests. Artie, in his downtime, he'll kind of tell you he hasn't had a lot of time for experimenting, but the business has been going very well. So
I was gonna say,
Well-
can I take a sorry.
If
Yeah,
we're gonna,
I'm gonna tell them postings.
if we're gonna do the Stormbringer one, when does that one have to be started? Like, is there a time for it?
no, it's just information
Okay.
about the whereabouts.
Okay.
So
Is it all to
literally,
the south?
so
where is
there is no information on this. It is purely any information about the whereabouts of the Stormbringer.
Gotcha.
Well, so if we go to the Stormbringer and we have to do stuff with that, I don't know if I'd want to make stuff for us to give us more range, kind of thing. I feel like we might end up in boat-to-boat combat.
Remember the last boat-to-boat combat we had?
Yes, and you couldn't do anything because you were stuck on the dock.
Yeah.
You were the paladin,
Rough time.
and I was fighting for my goddamn life against a fucking minotaur.
Anywho,
Because I can't. Is there any way?
mhm,
I remember Bud mentioned this
mhm.
that he might want to add something to his heavy crossbow so he can get rid of range disadvantage, or at least extend his range any.
Well, I have my not sharpshooter but heavy crossbow thing, so the disadvantage thing doesn't matter anymore.
Does it do that?
Yeah, I can fire up close now.
No, I'm talking about
No
like your
disadvantage.
range disadvantage. Like, once you get
For
past like
long
100,
range.
you're 120 feet. It's 120 feet to like
Yeah.
100 feet. Because after 120, you have disadvantage.
Yep.
So I was wondering if there's anything I could do to get rid of that disadvantage for you, at least extend your
Increase
already.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Give me a tinkerage check.
Because I have some range with my revolvers, not a lot, but some. My tinker's what? Intelligence plus 3. It's a new day, right? We're not gonna be doing anything. Correct? I mean, probably like this day. So fuck it. I'm gonna use my revolver because that was another nat 1. Lucky point.
Okay.
Roll it again. That's much, much better. 22.
22. With the 22, there are ways you work. It's no material cost because it's pretty basic. You use, instead of 3 fletchings, you use about 6 or 7 fletchings to overstabilize the arrow. You increase the weight of the head and additionally kind of create a chute down the arrow, essentially allowing it for more stable flight. But you can take maximum range shots with no disadvantage currently.
Okay. Wait.
I got.
Okay, I can shoot up to 400 feet without
Correct.
disadvantage.
Correct. Now keep in mind, it's not magical by any means. It's just mechanical.
Yeah.
That's great.
Bud kisses Kelgus on the mouth.
You
I
son
don't.
of a bitch.
I don't. He doesn't do that.
I kind of wanted that to be canon.
I'll give
Yeah.
you that.
Can I take a look at the job board to see if there is anything about like persons of interest as far as any of us or any of my personas or like my family's personas that I know of?
Go ahead and roll.
Also, if there's anything other people like want to bounce ideas off with me for things I can make for them, please let me know.
What am I rolling? Can it be insight?
I think it can be. I think it can be insight.
Okay, good, because that's much better than investigation. So,
Is there anything that I
Wait.
could? I don't know if there's anything that I could.
Maybe just come up with ideas.
Ooh. That's a 24, Mason.
As you roll a 24, Vina, you're looking at this job board, and kind of looking for like secret codes and coded messages, just personas, like information. As you do that, everybody sees, a hooded figure come into the bar and knock off, mud off their clothing, pull back the hood, her dirty kind of feathers pulled back into a ponytail, short sword at her hip, wearing kind of men's clothing. Ninth walks right up to you, Vina, and hands you 5 wanted posters.
Who is Nith again?
That's
Ninth,
Artie's like fiance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's what I
I'm
said.
still terrified of, by the
Yeah.
way, because of that one that I rolled.
she hands you 5 wanted posters, and she goes, "You have a problem."
Ha.
Who
Artie,
is it? Just all me?
yeah, she hands them all to you.
No,
Artie
no.
loses
Who's
his
on the-
I
fucking.
think it's each of. I think it's each of us. If I had to, 5, if I had to guess.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So it's everybody. It is Bud, Calgus, Vina, Hurin, Ren.
Isn't Ren?
Ren or my
Iris is still missing, but both Vina and Ren have $5,000 bounty, 5,000 gold bounty.
What about but not Engwin?
Not Engwin?
What is happening right now? I thought Mason
Ren,
was
who-
calling Vina Iris. No.
As Ninth hands these to you, you notice the 5th sheet of paper is like with Ren on it is slotted right behind your sheet, and there's a knowing look as she hands it to you.
Oh God,
Oh.
no.
Oh fuck, man.
And it would be a very simple matter for Vina to destroy this page or hide it so nobody else.
Oh, it's hidden
Yeah.
because the party doesn't know,
Correct.
so it's hidden.
Well, you know that Calgus knows something.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So does Iris.
Go ahead.
Well,
and
and
roll-
Iris even asked
Go
about
ahead
it.
and roll me a d20. You're fine so long as it's not a nat 1.
I've never wanted a nat 1 more in my life.
Same.
Oh, it's a 4. Oh, it looked like a 1.
As Vina, as you see this, and as you guys make eye contact, and you're hit with her startling green eyes and that knowing look, you feel her hand is kind of like touching your hand, and you just feel that bottom sheet of paper burn away.
Yes. Okay, I'm not scared of her anymore.
As she casts prestidigitation to make sure no smoke happens.
Hell
she
yeah.
just kind of holds your gaze,
Hell
and
yeah.
then only 4 sheets of paper remain.
I'll give her kind of just like a knowing, like, you know.
Yep.
Appreciation. Like, thank you.
This entire time, Artie is just standing there, like jaw on the ground. Nint, the last time you guys saw her, was very well kept. Admittedly, she was a cook in the kitchen, but very prim, very proper. But her nails are like now dirty. There's a short sword at her side. She's wearing leather armor. And Artie is just kind of sputtering, and he's like, but you were in the kitchen, and what? And she just kind of waves him off. She's like, Dyron's covering for me. Additionally, you don't control me, Artie. And walks up to her room.
I might become a homewrecker.
Cool. Question. Would it be...
There does seem to be a little animosity towards Artie right now from Nint.
Ooh.
Can...
Yep.
Just because Iris is consistently paranoid with the whole gambling shit and still not knowing what was going on that last time she gambled, every time we come into the bar, can I roll perception checks on Artie and them each time just to make sure, like, I don't clock anything?
Roll 1 perception check.
Just 1 perception check? Okay.
Yep.
That's a 22.
With a 22, you're not clocking anything that would indicate either Artie or Nint like are fucking with your guy essentially.
Okay, I just want to make sure like that. Iris is just very highly on edge right now with everything going on.
Completely
Hang
reasonable.
on. Do I sense like a shift in Nymph? That this is actually Nymph?
Roll me an insight check.
Ooh.
Personality change.
I didn't
He's
think
different.
about that.
I was gonna say, like, she entered in very differently.
Uh-huh. Whoops.
Gotta
Wrong
go get
tab.
her attitude.
Hang on, I have so many tabs open. Okay. You
Mhm.
said insight?
Insight, yes.
24.
All right, 24. With the 24, I'm going to tell you a couple different things. One, Ninth has always had a slightly rebellious streak. She was raised as a prophet of Hadro, which is a very prim, very proper kind of job, but she knows how to cook. She definitely knows her way around knives and daggers.
Oh yeah, we saw her throw that one.
Additionally, there is no reason, like, the thought that Ninth might be an imposter crosses your mind, but more likely she is a prophet, and somebody who can see beyond. So maybe she doesn't have true sight, but maybe she saw something to indicate who you actually are.
I wasn't necessarily suspicious about that. I was more suspicious, like,
the way she's towards Artie.
Was this someone a place that like is the real Nymph somewhere, and then this is like a mole to get closer to me to like.
No, so this is the real Nymph. You kind of get the vibe that Artie and her had a fight.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Can I go talk to Artie?
Yeah, give him some pets on the head.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I've known him the longest, so I feel like if anybody's able to get information, it would be me.
I'm his roommate.
I'll hang out with my new pal Nymph.
I've known him for so much longer than you motherfucker. Plus, any more.
Okay, Nymph is alone in her room downstairs, so you're going to hang out with Nymph?
No. I thought she was still up here in the tavern.
Okay, no, she stormed downstairs.
Okay.
You're welcome to go like say hi, but like she is in her room.
I feel like you go talk to Nymph, I talk to Artie, see if we can get.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly might go talk to her to kind of like just talk to her about kind of what she knows and thank her for what she did.
Sure. Mika, you go talk to Artie, or rather Iris does. What do you want to know? He's kind of polishing a glass. He's kind of got that like kicked puppy look. about him.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to not make it obvious, but he's obvious.
Iris is going to approach this in a very different way than she usually does.
Okay.
Instead of being extremely direct, she's going to kind of like gently like put a hand on him just to like, try to ease him a bit. And she's just gonna look at him and ask like, "Hey, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Things seemed a little bit
Oh,
tense."
sorry, Mika. For a moment, I was just thinking, okay, not okay, okay, not okay. You go ahead and do that. Artie kind of looks at you. There's a couple of tears welling up in his eyes. He's like, it's not great. Nin's mad at me. It's kind of fair. But I wanted to go into town to buy a cot, and I've been investing in a couple of different business ventures to try to get some passive income for the guild, and I've been trying to make some upgrades while you guys have been gone. And Ninth has been I haven't can find her, but I've expressed that she should probably like stay hidden in the back kitchen and stuff.
Is
Anyway,
this due to the conversation that we had?
well, no, she's a priestess of Hadro. Um, there's information that a couple of them survived the execution, and there's a very large bounty on their heads right now.
Hmm.
Significant, 20,000 gold apiece. Um, and I didn't think it was smart for her to be going out. She didn't really care because she's nymph, and yeah, that's kind of most of it.
So that's been going on for a while. Is this a buildup then, or did something specific happen for this to really just
She had a
get worse?
vision. She had a vision a couple days ago, um, and hasn't talked to me since. Really, we had a fight. Things were amicable for a while, but she had this vision, and she just kind of she hasn't been coming home at night. And she's been leaving, which is also weird because she was staying here largely. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
I just kind of I can't stop her. I mean, right? Like, so yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's been throwing me off my game. I almost blew myself up yesterday. So
Oh,
it's fine. It's fine. Second degree burns mostly. Like, it's fine.
you need to be more careful. We don't want anything happening to you.
I I don't want anything happening to me. I don't want that either. But you guys,
Okay.
Calgus needs weapons, and you guys need stuff, and I can help. And also, 3 health potions.
Yes. I wasn't gonna mention that because he's in a bad place, but since he gave them to me.
Yeah, he kind of pulls them out, and he's like, also, have you been noticing, uh, it's not quite as good? You know,
Not
the healing.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, the last time around, it was a pretty heavy effect. It was around for a while.
Okay.
Why?
I did some research on this type of mushroom. One of the libraries did actually have some articles about Fey horticulture. Um, the drug will start to wear off, and you'll need higher doses. If it hasn't happened yet, good. But like Iris, this stuff gets lethal at certain points. Like I don't think you're anywhere near it right now, but you should be careful.
Especially because I'm tiny. Oh god, Iris is tiny. That's bad. Mhm. Oh,
But
this would be an Iris rehab arc.
but yeah, if you go to the Feywild, I've been doing some reading, and I think I can make some really interesting stuff for you guys. So
Mason, I'm gonna need the LD50 on that controlled substance.
Huh?
LD50.
That's the lethal dose of 50% of the population is
yeah.
LD.
Yeah. Oh,
I,
copy.
I teach it in criminalistics, so I thought it would be a good little.
So
I gotta tell you, that is, as a beat cop, we don't worry about that shit no more.
Okay,
But,
never mind.
but that is funny. I
okay.
like that.
Now Iris kind of wants to go talk to Ninth and
So
get
I'm
some
gonna give
information.
Vina the chance to talk
Oh
to
yeah,
Nymph first.
absolutely. But afterwards.
Iris can come down at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vina, Nint's door is wide open, and where the room used to kind of be prim and proper, door is completely just jacked open. And you can see Ninth kind of like, not like stripping clothing, but like stripping her armor off, and the wall is absolutely slam covered in weapons. Halberds, swords, daggers, bows, and all sorts of stuff. And Ninth kind of like clocks you coming in and be like, "Oh, Vina, what can I do for you?"
I would just like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to keep that information.
Say nothing of it. I've been leading a secret life for several weeks now, so the specifics of discretion are important. Vina, what's your passive perception?
Oh god. I don't think it's very high. It's a good old 12 on that one.
As Ninth is taking off her gloves, her leather gloves, there is dried blood on them. Specifically on the knuckles.
Oh, she fighting.
She punching.
What, Vina, I don't mean to be rude, but I am very busy. What can I do for you?
I just I wanted to thank you, but I also wanted to check in on you. I know you are fully capable. That's not why I'm checking on you.
Mm-hmm. So why?
But if there's, well, okay. If there is anything we can do to help and to alleviate any sort of
Vina,
pressure that's on you.
Speak plainly. That's it.
Can we help you?
Okay. I don't know.
Can you give me a little more context as far as what this secret life is? Okay.
My hesitation is everything I say changes the future. The future is not something that is simple. It's a kaleidoscope of colors, shapes, and when I have visions, typically it's of moments when all possible futures coalesce into one moment, one inescapable moment. And oftentimes, we meet our destiny on the road we take to avoid it. I just don't know if telling you actually helps or hurts, but at this point, I'm at my wit's end, and Nathan's gone. I'm at my wit's end, so Artie dies in 4 weeks. I've been doing everything I can to change it, to experience more visions, but in 4 weeks' time, he dies. And I don't know how to stop it. And I don't know if I can stop it.
Do we know how he dies? Who kills him?
All I have seen is a flash of a blade, and then Artie on the ground, lifeless. Usually with visions, they're more cryptic, there's more meaning, but I can't for the life of me. It's very simple, it's very plain, and I've been trying to Vina, Am I right to assume you've killed people?
Many.
Okay. My hands aren't exactly clean either. The priestesses of Hadro, while being prophets, are also trained in a variety of skills. My topmost skill is assassination. So for the last week or two, I have been killing prominent members of the Ossia Familia, one by one. And every night the vision's the same. And Artie shouldn't have enemies. He shouldn't. He's blissfully naive and charmingly stupid, but I'm at my wit's end.
Why did the Ossie? Do you know why the Ossie family cut him off?
Well, Artie's a bastard. But there's no reason they should have cut him off from the family. That doesn't make sense. It's the Aussies are a tight knit group. They fight as one. They die as one. As one is their unofficial house words. But I am searching for a needle in a haystack in a hayfield. I am just pulling threads at this point. I haven't started killing indiscriminately, but we're almost there. I don't know who his enemies are, because he should have none. So I figured his family, but everything I've done has resulted in nothing. Additionally, the more I do this, I'm aware the more danger I put him in, because I just don't know.
Maybe we need to think outside the Ossie family.
I'm open and willing, but I literally have the gift of prophecy. Not at will, mind you, but I don't know who else could want him dead.
I'm trying to remember the name of the family. Hang
on. Alicrest?
Yes.
The one who attacked you guys.
The one who attacked us, and that I received messages like that. They're not to be trusted.
Correct. Do you bring up the Alicrests?
I do.
I don't know. Maybe. But the Alicrest showed up 2 weeks ago while you guys were gone.
To the tavern?
Artie didn't want to tell you about it. They showed up, they demanded payment. They demanded 750 gold. And I thought we were going to fight, but Artie paid them. The next day, Artie's brother Artie's buddy Petra Ossie challenged Thorin Alicrest to a duel and killed him. Thorin was the successor to the Alicrests. So I don't know what that means. To be clear, I haven't been targeting major members of the Ossie family. I've been targeting chamberlains, butlers, anybody who might have had reason to hate Artie. It's not a very long list. One I have thoroughly expended at this point. But that is an event I cannot explain. So maybe animosity, but the Alucrest family has never shown up again. And the day after the successor was killed, 750 gold was left at our doorstep.
Ooh,
Artie's
so
brother.
even though we're not under the protection of them, Artie's brother is still protecting us.
What was Artie's relationship with his brother like?
Artie's brother hated him. Never a positive thing to say to him, never a positive thing to say to me. Always nothing. Petron was a very angry and petulant boy, so I can't imagine why he would fight on Artie's behalf. He always treated Artie like dog shit. Like nothing. Additionally, Ninth will let you know that Artie's father was nobility, but Artie's mother was a commoner, so.
Right.
But that
I
is...
also wonder if I bring up with the like change in royalty, if it has something to do with that, and then maybe bring up the information that I know.
Okay.
As far as the guard.
You can do that. She didn't. She just kind of shakes her head and she's like, "I know information about the guard. Changing royalty could be the case, but the only thing that would threaten a royal would be a challenge to the legitimacy of their throne. Aside from that, if Lord Tyrannus wanted to march on our little establishment, he could with the army of the city and just wipe us out. Like, if there's a threat here, it doesn't need stand. The fact that we're not being marched on is largely because my status as a prophet is not known.
Did she say she knew about the guards being...
She did not.
David? Okay.
Nope. So she was surprised by that. At this point, Iris, you can come down. Vina, Ninth has kind of largely expressed all her ideas to you. She will tell you she doesn't want Artie to know, especially like that information about his own death. Like that's
no kidding.
But yeah, pretty obvious to you, Vina. Ninth is not mad at Artie. She's just at her wit's end about trying to save him. When you are in the room, however, you do notice Ninth's selection of weapons is extensive, and there are several weapons you like simply don't recognize, like a double-bladed scimitar, chain whips, and a contraption that looks like it shoots out a blade from like a hidden wrist launcher.
That's dope. She's so dope.
I want to see that so that Calgus has the idea to make one for his revolver.
Yeah, but you're homies with the alchemist.
Hey, so Vina's gonna go upstairs and be like, "Yo."
What?
She's got these really cool weapons up on her wall.
If you tell Calgus, he can make them for you. Probably it just takes him a little bit. But I do have to make Steel Defender next.
Iris, I'm actually gonna retcon a little bit here. Vina, you can grab Calgus. Iris, as you're heading downstairs, you kind of brush by Bud. As you do, you hear the click-clack of 2 dice as you kind of brush past them.
Knick-knack.
Now, is this a Constitution saving throw, or are we rolling?
Yeah,
Or is this
you can roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
I had a fucking feeling.
I agree with the sound effects.
Oh wait, I forgot my mic is over here. Hang on.
I have a feeling this is gonna be psychic damage, but let's take a look. That's a 16.
A 16. A 16 is not going to be high enough.
You take 2 psychic damage.
No, actually. As you kind of brush past Bud, Bud, give me a perception check, advantage, really low.
What the fuck is happening? I really hope Bud has to start rolling now too.
I rolled a natural 1 and an unnatural 20.
Holy shit, there's
So,
a lot of
20.
dynamic there. Bud, as Iris kind of brushes past you, suddenly that, like, Blood Hunter Spidey sense, your blood doesn't start pulling for your mark, like, doesn't start pulsing like that, but it's like, almost like that burning sensation running up the entire length of your body, and you just feel your adrenaline just kick in immediately as the sound of dice hitting the table directly behind both of you is sounded. And as you guys kind of turn, you watch as Artie, who had been talking, suddenly like starts freezing in place. Bar patrons who had been drinking kind of like merrily just a deck of
Do
cards.
that action again, Mason? Can you do that other action again?
No, I know what you want, but no. And
there are bigger concerns than that right now.
But Iris, you watch as like a deck of cards that's being bridged just like stops halfway midair, like the coolest magic trick in the world. As you guys turn and see a man in a very nice suit, kind of like a butler style suit, standing behind a table with a cup of dice.
No.
As he
We
looks
all
at
see this, or who?
you and Iris, everybody else is frozen in time.
Okay.
Oh god, oh god, oh god,
Does
oh
anyone
god.
have a stab wound through his chest?
He does not actually. This is a different guy. Asmodeus kind of had like, when you guys saw him and he introduced himself, he kind of had like that salt and pepper hair and a very nice upkept, like kind of slicked back, long. This guy has jet black hair, short, and you can see ears that kind of look reminiscent of elf ears, but they go way too long and far back. Mika, this is the guy you've seen before rolling dice. You haven't got a good view of him, but like where Asmodeus wears kind of like a bolo, this guy is wearing more like a buttoned up bow tie, and he kind of smiles at both of you and he goes, "So I'm guessing you both want some answers. Care to play?"
Oh.
I've made deals with devils before. No more.
I see.
Oh.
Why is that?
They're backstabbing bastards, that's why.
Can be. But mostly that's just business. If you don't read the rules of the contract, you're going to be betrayed. If you don't understand the business, then of course you'll be taken advantage of.
I'm less of a business guy and more of a party guy.
A party guy? Well, surely you must play
Yeah.
dice then.
This is the front party in the back.
Iris is visibly distraught right now.
To be very clear, Bud, I'm not looking for a fight here.
That would be unwise, I know that. And you know that I know that.
Full
And I
disclosure,
know that you know that.
full disclosure, I'm not much of a fighter. But I'm sure you're interested about what happened last night. And I'm more than a little sad that you and Iris didn't come and visit me at my stall. Hurt my feelings a little bit, if I'm being honest.
I'm assuming that's why you had to make the con check, was because it was actually him and not just random dice.
Wait, what? Where?
There were at the party. There were so many
At the
devils
party.
there.
There was remember there was like people rolling dice, and I had like the deafening sound. That's what he's referring to.
Gotcha. I thought he was talking
Um,
about when we went on our little shopping trip together.
I thought that
Addition-
for a second, and then I
uh,
realized, yeah.
Additionally, as he says that, Bud, the realization with an unnat 20, with a dirty 20 perception, you kind of remember the illusions last night. They were kind of like that hellfire burning in the sky. For just a moment, it occurs to you that maybe that wasn't an illusion. So,
Iris, I'll let you take the lead.
nothing ventured, nothing gained. Do you need power? Do you want to know things? What can I interest you in? And what can we wager?
Oh. Can I take like a second to think about this? Because like I know in the past you've been like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
But
You can take you can take a second.
Wait it out. Because now he's
Okay.
bringing up like, what do you want to wager? And I'm
Bud,
trying to.
Bud, he'll look right at you and be like, "How about her weakness? A blood hunter needs to know his prey."
Not
I'm
very
gonna-
liquid right now. I don't.
Oh,
I can't really do that.
you don't want to know the patron of your cult, the reason your parents have to be on ice? You don't want to know the reason that you're being hunted?
My
You don't-
knuckles are just tightening right now.
As it's happening, I'm squeezing, like I'm digging my nails into you to be like as a warning of like, don't
Yeah.
fucking do it.
You're not interested in the fortune the dungeons hold or the monsters that come. Bud, you are a man who has fought all your life. I find it very interesting that as you're training yourself back up, that you could possibly be this weak. You're old, decrepit, and die. These are not attacks, but you need an edge. So tell me, what is it you need? I admit I'm a devil. I admit I'm in it for myself and there are things I want. And to be honest, for those reasons, I am probably the best devil to deal with. No hidden motives. I want your soul. If you lose enough of these games, I get it. Simple. Every game you lose a little bit more. And really, what is the soul? It's the culmination of experiences, it's the life force, it's your favorite item. It means different things for different people.
Um,
But I've never lied.
sir, how do you prefer to be called? Asmodeus, Asmodeus?
Oh, please. I'm not that two-timing snake oil salesman.
Yeah, no.
Who is this?
He has not given you guys a name.
Yeah, there has not been a name yet.
Well, what name would be written on that contract on your half?
Certainly not my real one, of course.
Oh, of course.
Miss Fairy, as you know, true names have power.
Yeah, we've dealt with that crap.
But
What should I call you?
abandon.
Abandon?
I hate him so
I guess you can
much.
say I have abandonment issues.
Well, I suppose the precise pronunciation is abandon, but most people, when they lose at my table, abandon all hope, fucking wailing. Like, really, some people are very unprofessional. Don't take my firstborn. Like, that was the deal. You bet him.
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna ask before. Mika, you try to take over.
Hmm?
I forget what I was thinking.
He'll kind of shrug and look at you guys, and he'll put the dice down and he'll be like, I must admit I am disappointed, but maybe I'll see you guys later.
Wait,
In a
hold
more-
up. I haven't even had a chance.
Okay. Well.
Before that, I have a few questions though. DM to player to DM.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, I just have a couple things running through my mind, right? Because he
Yeah.
was talking about wagering shit. Here's the problem with Iris that I'm having.
Mhm.
So first off, would Iris have any knowledge on smaller bets is smaller risks? Or what I'm gaining if it's a smaller amount, there'd be a smaller risk of what I'm losing. Would I know that at all?
By and large, it seems largely Abandon is very tit for tat, equal trade
Okay.
type of guy. At no point has anything he said reeked of untruth.
Okay.
It does not seem like he is lying. But what's not important to you currently doesn't mean it's not important to you later.
Yeah.
Furthermore, values are abstract concepts. So
Yeah. Because I guess the issue I'm having, right, is if Iris wanted to make a lesser gamble, truly there's for context other there's not much Iris has. Truly,
oh, Iris has a lot.
well, in terms of smaller things, I off top of my head, I can't think of anything that'd be a small wager on my behalf. Because
Okay.
to me, Iris, everything that she has is important to her.
Sure, yeah, and that makes sense. So
What about a
typic
memory of some kind?
yeah, so memories, abilities, abilities to cast spells, your
But
flight.
but wouldn't those be more major things in the grand scheme
Kind of depends on
compared
what
to
you're looking to gain.
Depends
That's
on
what
the
I'm
memory.
saying is if I'm looking for something way smaller than losing an ability, I'm trying to there are certain things to Iris that are in her past that don't matter as much.
Mhm.
I.e., Mason, I'm gonna send this to you.
No, you're okay.
Okay.
He did mention taking parts of the soul.
Yeah.
So if
So that
you
would be.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's kind of the most minor form of transaction that can happen here. But additionally that's pretty important, right? Even small
Yeah.
chunks are important. Um this is not some dude dealing in trinkets. This is a table where people have literally bet it all, lost it all, gained everything.
Cause
Even minor bets have weight.
can I send you a DM to see if? Because I want to try to see if this wager would make sense, right?
Um, but he's still kind of honed it on you. He's like, you don't want me to infuse that weapon with power?
It's already infused with power, but I
It's
gotta
very
tell you something.
it's very mundane. Please. You can call me A, by the way. My full name is. It's very melodramatic.
Well, Abe,
A.
A.
A, but yeah, I
Well,
suppose
Abe,
I suppose Abe works too.
I said it on purpose.
He kind of laughs. He's like, nobody's ever called me that actually. Kind of like it.
Abe, you may be telling the truth, but it's not a good truth.
It rarely is. Look at the world. People die, loved ones suffer. Point to one instance of this world being good. Yes, there are good things in it, but by and large, you know.
I trust that things can be a lot better. And I trust that things can be a lot worse. And I'm not willing to take that.
I see. So Mika, that's an interesting concept. So if you make that bet, nice, Chelsea. You can bet those things, but there's no guarantee on which things are taken. Additionally, you do have like not great stand or political influence, but you
Mhm.
still have a place in your court.
Okay.
So if you lose too many, well, that might complicate things.
That's really bad because of the whole Ilianos thing, and I don't really want to lose too much standing in the court if we're trying to get information on Ilianos, which in the grand scheme of things is really gonna fuck us over. But that's if I do it too many times. However, okay, I
Um,
feel like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can see him starting to put his gloves back on, and just
Yeah.
kind of clap his hands and be like, "Well, apparently the two of you are far too moral for me. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll find you again. Bud, that one knows how to find me, so keep me in mind. I like you."
Wait, hold up. Okay, pause.
Mhm.
Again, player
already
to DM. Bitch, shut up. From my knowledge, I still Iris still hasn't like been able to call upon him herself.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean she knows how to find
But
me?
have you tried to call upon him?
No. Okay.
And you
I
have
have an idea.
the
Yeah.
dice.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
I would.
At this
Oh,
moment, what?
no, finish. I thought you were done.
At this moment, Iris is not willing to gamble anything. In this current moment, she hasn't gone too far off the deep end yet. She feels as if it's kind of more of a life or death situation, whether it's for her or her friends. So at this moment,
Okay.
she will pass up.
Absolutely.
So I would like to retroactive before Iris comes downstairs because Brandon was yelling at me in Discord to get my attention and reminded me of something. I would like to ask. Is it Nint? How do you say your name? Nint. Okay.
Yep.
Nint about Ilianos Patenta.
Okay.
There it is.
So you ask what? How are you asking that?
So I would like to kind of fill her in on the basics as far as our encounter with Ilianos and the fact that he is basically, I forget which god. Apollo, thank you. And I'm assuming she would know. She knows of Apollo. Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll kind of like rub her eyes for a second. She'll be like, so a vestige. It's a piece. It's a title passed down. This kind of loses weight as it is passed down through challenges, through things. Yes, Apollo is the god of prophecy, but there are other vestiges wandering around. That is not common knowledge, at least in this part of the world.
He's working with the Alcrest family, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Did we figure that out?
I believe it would be more. It'd be more correct to say they are working with him.
Yeah.
A vestige is
There's ties to him.
They're very powerful. They shape. I suppose you could call them demigods. To get a more precise idea of them. Not all powerful can be killed. Hard to do so. I was not aware that Ilianos Patenta was a vestige of Apollo. I was not aware of Ilianos Patenta before you mentioned him. However, from what you described, you said a dark-skinned wood elf, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
With glasses.
Playing. Yes.
And a harp.
Absolutely.
I have
Little
seen
too
it.
overconfident.
I don't know about the overconfidence. However, years ago, when I was younger, I had a vision of me standing on the shore of a beach as a beautiful wood elf man with dark skin and glasses played a harp. I never got to look at his face, but the air he carried himself was so confident. Um, he was sitting on a rock as the tide was rolling in slowly, and as he played, um, it seemed like as he played, a mountain rose from the sea. And that's all I saw. I don't know what it means.
We saw the... Vina saw the vision in the orb, right?
Yes.
I thought that was Bud.
Mhm.
That
We all
saw
did.
the.
We all saw it.
Everybody did.
That's right.
It's the undead
It's the
Tarrasque.
fucking unkillable.
It's an undead Tarrasque. It's an undead Tarrasque. Tarrasque.
You are breaking Brandon the session, Mason. I think you're breaking all of us at this point, but but Brandon is. You're okay, buddy. You got this. You're okay, buddy.
Force of nature.
That's
So.
bad. That's really
Yes.
bad.
Nin hasn't had any other communications with this guy.
Okay.
So she's been being very candid in this moment.
So you don't think that there's a way that he could be manipulating your visions to mess with?
The trouble with prophecy is it's the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the future diverges and coalesces and like branches splays, but that's kind of how people explain it, right? The future is more kaleidoscope. It changes, it shifts, but there are points that are definite. And it is hard to predict precisely how they will play out, but they will play out. And that is what the priestesses of Hadro trained on our visions. Like even a demigod of prophecy could not change the prophecy. They might get more insight onto it. They might see more of it. They might be able to control when they have their visions. But those points that are significant and do not change are the same. But the ability to see minor points and major points at will is an ability that only very few people have ever possessed.
So, if a demigod can't even change those points,
the thing
why
is,
not?
it will come to pass. How it comes to pass is what I am trying to change. So by killing all of Artie's enemies, maybe it's not a physical blade that fells him. Maybe it's something else.
All right.
It's a long shot, but I suppose I've never seen anyone's death before, so I don't know.
That's all I wanted to add.
All right. Final Destination style, 4 weeks. Yes, Calgus.
During all this, can I be making Steel Defender again?
Yeah, you can absolutely reconstruct Steel Defender.
Thanks.
No problem.
I want my friend back.
Absolutely. You guys disembark from your various information gathering sessions.
Did Iris want to go talk to Nymph?
Iris, did you need to say anything to Nymph?
You're muted.
You're muted.
At this point, Iris is just too caught up in what just happened to do any of that shit.
Fair. Very fair.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, as you guys are deciding what to do next, we have multiple different quests. We have a very dark prophecy for our boy Artie. What would everybody like to do? What's the vibe here? What do we wanna handle?
Not Feywild. Not right now.
No, we can't.
Not
afford
the
to
Great
with
Dungeon.
No, can't afford anything with long travel. We can't do it.
Mm-mm.
We start helping Nint, potentially. Do some investigating there, see what we can figure out.
Question.
Do you bring
sorry.
up the fact that you guys aren't going to take long travels to Nint?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Okay,
Absolutely.
She's actively part of these discussions.
I think so. Or at least I would fill her in. That kind of like when I had that conversation of like, how can we help you? I'll say like, well, we won't travel far. We'll stay close.
I still think we should be
she'll
careful.
she'll kind of pause and like hold up a finger. Unless, bear with me, you all are the strongest people who are currently in our corner. You could take Artie. I'm one person. Lyran and Dyran are great, but they're fairly unskilled. There's a level of safety that your group provides.
But
You
we're
could take him with you.
But we are also actively being hunted by different parties as well.
Join the club.
That's
Mm.
fair.
Sorry, that was fairly pessimistic. I do apologize.
I'm being hunted
I know,
twice, so
Here comes the issue.
Let's all agree it's not a competition, but
We're all
an
in bad
uncomfortable number of
positions.
us are being hunted.
Too
Okay,
many
this
people
is-
want us dead.
This is Mika talking. Now I'm just concerned with the idea of what Ninth was talking about with trying to change or like take certain paths to avoid.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we take him. If we take him with, we're trying to avoid it, but then taking him into active danger.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Look,
Because
Ninth. If we take him away, and you stay here, and that's the true path to leading him to die, you have wasted this month. You still have a month left with him, for sure. And so far you've spent it killing people and doing what you can, which I understand, but you're also not being with him.
Calgus. Loving someone is putting their well-being above your own. Selfishness might lead me to spend time with him, but the fact I love him makes me want him to live a full life. He cannot do that in 4 weeks. But I can put every enemy he has ever had in the fucking dirt in an attempt to save him. That is what I can do.
But if you fail, then for this last month, you pushed him away. So for the rest of his life, you pushed him away. You have resources. We have us.
She will kind of cock her head at you, and like you do remember her entire order was massacred.
Yes, you have us to help. I do know people, some of which probably owe me favors, some of which I could convince them to let me owe them favors. We have a month's time. We don't tell him about it, but we let him in that we think people are coming. Convince him that there's an imminent danger, but not tell him that he's immediately going to die.
Agreed.
Artie trusts you with everything he has, so he will believe you when you say that.
Okay.
Keep your loved ones close. And put the enemies at the end of your dagger.
Always.
Now. Who we killing next?
So part of the issue is Nint doesn't know who to kill next. She has spent a long time killing several people. And currently, to her knowledge, Artie does not have any enemies.
I think we need to do some investigation into seeing if we can figure out potential enemies.
Who?
Additionally, there is a deeply unproud look in her eye currently. And she'll like tell you she's like been assassinating anybody who's ever given Artie a hard time, childhood enemies. Like, she has literally just been going down the fucking list. A maid who is unnecessarily cruel to him, just...
Yikers.
Yeah, she's been busy.
So what I'm hearing is that we're about to do some espionage shit.
Pirate Mommy had information, right?
It's true.
So what I'm hearing is we need some stealth. And my guns are pretty damn loud.
God damn it.
So Mason, it's come around to this, baby.
Oh god, give me a Tinker's check.
Can I use
Are you making a suppressor?
Can I use my class featured channel divinity, Artisan's Blessing?
Which?
You can use channel divinity to conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal or simple or martial weapon, suit of armor, or 10 pieces of ammunition, a set of tools, or another metal object.
So roll me a Tinker's check.
Okay.
Because you are creating a suppressor.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Sure.
Honestly, not. What number is that? What? Oh, it's an 8. Jesus. 8, 11, and then 18.
18.
Holy
With an 18, yeah, you can create a suppressor. Essentially, what that is going to do out of a revolver, roughly chambered in 45, let's call it 45 long Colt, most likely. Naturally subsonic round. It's not going to be as silent as a bow, but the report of a shot is going to be around the same decibel range as a great crossbow.
We already got one of those in the party, so perfect.
Correct.
Next day, can I build another one for a lower check? Just for my second one?
You can just build the second one. They are not complicated.
Cube of metal.
You may not put them on your shotgun.
No, that was...
No.
I'm not going to push my luck that far.
Guys, stand by for a second.
Red 5, standing by. But yeah, anything anybody needs me to build in the meantime? Because I can build something in an hour now with Artisan's Blessing once a day. So.
Do we think there's anything that I could do with a bow that would be like within reason?
Not much I can do for you.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I could eventually make you better armor, but that would take a lot more time than we have and a lot more money and resources than we have currently.
Yeah.
I.e., an entire set of mithril plate.
I was gonna say it had to be the same thing as Vina.
That was a lot of gold. That was a lot of gold.
I mean,
again,
hey,
we don't have the resources.
I quadrupled your investment though, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
For a favor.
Well, and especially with my resources cut off.
Yeah.
Vina's still a little sad about that.
What's everyone's gold count right now?
Not high.
Well, okay. If I
20.
sell that, if I sell the diamond necklace, I'll have 500.
Are you gonna sell that?
Well, yeah, but I haven't had the chance to yet. So
I am currently at 72 gold, but I do have a little bit in reserve, technically.
How much is a little
Technically,
bit?
but that's being
Not
cut
very
off.
much. No, you'd like that. Like,
Okay. Like
it was like
at your
50.
house.
It was like 50.
Okay. Okay.
If you'd
'Cause
like
right
kind
now-
of culminated all the silver and stuff.
Now I feel bad because I'm holding 710 gold.
Yeah,
well,
but remember, I didn't take the split,
I know you didn't want it, but the other two.
but you
substrate.
just didn't spend it.
I mean, yeah,
It was
I just-
returned. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah. I mean, I still have a hefty amount of gold, all things considered. I mean, I keep in mind I made an investment that adds an additional like point to my AC, and I get an additional 1 on all saving throws. It was a good investment. So
Should I? Should I send a message to my guild, my merchants guild down below, asking, because you know the family that took the throne used to
Yep.
live down in the Undercity.
mhm.
Get any probes out if they're coming at, like, if parts of the family are still down there and if they know anything about them coming at us. 'Cause that's like the only thing that sits in my head is the royal
Yeah.
family now.
Yeah. I kind of feel at a loss here.
That would be my only thing.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise I can just ask my new demon mommy. I can ask her, but I feel like it's a bad idea.
I simultaneously love and hate that phrase. So does that make no?
What was that? You want to finish that sentence? I would like to hear the end of that sentence, though.
I will not.
I would really love to hear your
No.
response to me saying "demon mommy."
No.
Mason has come back
Why,
to that
Mason?
sentence.
I was just gonna say demon daddy for me, but here we are.
Oh yeah. We all got demon parents
Well,
right now.
technically, wouldn't he be like a devil daddy?
Okay. Every day we stray further from that.
Yeah, literally we're going to the
devil,
demons.
demon, that's kind of how it works. Correct.
Mason,
Alrighty.
I would like to send a message
Okay.
down to like my guild.
Okay.
What's the royal family now? The emperor family?
Tyrannos.
Tyrannos?
Mhm.
Asking them, because I already informed them that they took power up top here.
Yep.
Or
Or
if-
Ranos. Excuse me.
Ranos.
Yep.
If the Ranos family, if they've heard any rumblings about them making moves on me or my guild, or sorry, my bar.
I'm gonna say no role necessary on your part.
'Kay.
They will write back that they haven't. There has been no movement politically down here.
Damn it, Rive.
It's also Rive, so
Yeah, I know.
you know. He includes a couple little blurbs about some new invention he's creating, but you know, largely unhelpful
I
for
ignore
the
that.
political sphere.
I read it and realize that's not gonna work at all, and then just, I'm just like,
Roll me a Tinker's check.
ooh. 15 plus 7, 22.
It's probably not going to work with anything in the Underdark, but he's created a very convincing schematic for a device to walk on water. And there are materials in the upper world that might make that work.
Water.
Agua.
Did he send me a schematic?
Yeah, just a rough schematic, but you can kind of piece it together a little bit.
I'll pocket that. I'll keep an eye on that.
All right.
I don't have the time to invest in it now, but you know.
Alrighty. So, we have several different directions to go. Has the party come to a conclusion?
We're trying to decide, like, we just don't know who to go after is the problem.
Well, we can at least cancel out a couple of things. Like, no Feywild, no Great Dungeon right now.
Right, we're not going far.
No
And
long
no far
journeys.
travel. With that done.
How far north was that northern expedition? Remember, for all the
So that
Power
would
Stone
be
stuff?
going
That would be,
almost
like,
all
all
the way
north.
to the sea. So it's about a 2
Gotcha.
months journey to the coast to the north.
We're not doing that.
I know.
We do have another option. And I don't like this option, but it is one. That we sit and wait and just defend Artie with our fucking lives. But I don't like that one, so we're not gonna do that one. I just
what was the? I mean, if it's 4 weeks, I mean, we got 4 weeks time to do stuff, correct?
yeah, do we investigate the like, cause we know that one of the knights is a Skaven. Do we investigate that?
Oh wait, sorry, I have a question
with
about
the royal family. You go.
I have a question about my cursed item. Sorry, this came to mind.
Mhm.
So if I just turn it backwards, so I guess he obviously vision from behind. I'm assuming I still get to keep my forward vision?
It's a little harder to keep your perception about you. So if you do that, you absolutely can, and it kind of negates anybody from casually sneaking up on you, but it like completely destroys your passive perception.
My passive perception?
Yeah. So it's like you're looking directly forward and directly backward, and you can focus on both those things, but you lose a lot of your peripheral.
Okay.
So like you can still see, but it's like you're not focusing on that peripheral.
Okay, so would that cause me? So I know, like you said, passive perception, but would that cause disadvantage on perception rolls? Like if I'm looking ahead, then okay, no,
No.
okay. I just wanted to ask about that, just because
Yeah, for sure.
it changed some stuff. Okay. That's the question I had. Just wanted to make sure I ruled that out first off.
No problem.
Can we also talk about how it's dumb that sending is sorcerers, not a sorcerer spell?
It's very amusing to me that Chelsea is wearing black lipstick and pouting slightly and being like, "This is dumb."
It is dumb because I remembered why. Because I was gonna get learn the sending spell so that I could contact. I forgot her name. Pirate Mommy. No, Pirate Mommy.
Valencia. Okay.
But I can't even learn it.
Sorry. Sorcerers don't get all the fun stuff.
It's dumb.
Literally the only thing I can think of is investigating the Skaven Knight. That's like the only thing I can think of.
You'd also go ask around at the docks.
True. But would investigating the Skaven Knight lead to Artie's death? Because then we make enemies with the Emperor.
This is awful.
Or is what we're doing going to give Artie enemies?
I hate prophecy.
I was just thinking that. It's
Like,
one of those things where whatever you do,
you can't prevent it. Yeah.
Like that's.
You're in a paradoxical situation, and I hate it.
Do I risk? I mean, I haven't heard anything from my contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Do I risk reaching out to any of my contacts?
No. Nope.
Jesus.
Incorrect.
Fine.
I don't. That's a last ditch kind of thing, I think.
Mason, how far south was that Bandit King thing? Because my opinion is that we should still be doing something. Also, that's kind of Bud's opinion. We should just still be trying to do something if it's not too far away.
Okay.
Like if we can come back to it.
Like if we have no ideas, might as well take a shot in the dark at something.
Alrighty, so the Bandit King. So the Bandit King is actually he is he is to the south. He's about a 3 to 4 days travel south, through the city of Menos. And it is a group of bandits that is terrorizing. So kind of so you got Menos, right? And then you have smaller fiefdoms, smaller villages and stuff like that, kind of like the Goblin Village of Dick, like smaller settlements that specialize or they have value to them, or maybe they don't and they just trade with Menos. But it seems like that Bandit King is terrorizing some of those villages in the south, but unfortunately, because it's not directly affecting Menos currently, they're not sending their forces to deal with it.
3 to 4 days travel.
3 to 4 days there, 3 to 4 days back. 1
That's
week.
not terrible. It's a week
Mm-hmm.
out of our 4.
That's as long as nothing
Takes a
freaking
day,
goes.
yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, fuck it, we could stay in the city and just look for like, hey, my cat is stuck in a tree, and do shit like that.
You wanna look for Phase 1
Or-
Naruto jobs?
Yeah.
For a petty, like little.
Yeah, I just
be a friendly
that's-
neighborhood adventure party.
That's an option. Time skip a little bit and
I would just like pirate mom.
There's lots of pirate mommies, I'm sure. Here.
Pirate mommy, demon mommy, devil daddy.
Yep.
need to.
I have my actual mom and dad. Like, there's none of that stuff.
Hey,
I have my mom and
My
dad.
parents are dead.
I just found out my mom was dead. My
I don't
dad
know who my parents are.
should still be alive.
I mean, mine are comatose, so.
Yeah, I don't know where mine are. Like I know which group they're a part of. I just don't know which ones are actually my parents.
Cobalt things.
Global things, yeah.
What are you guys thinking? I put out my 2 cents. Literally.
I would like to.
Think we go deal with
Vina just wants to do her stuff and like reach out to people and.
Then do it.
If you want to reach out to contacts, I just don't know. I don't know what we don't know. Is the thing, you know?
Can I reach out to contacts I maybe have as a persona that I haven't used in a while?
Yeah, I'd say so.
To kind of like extra layers of.
Beyond the DL.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say for that is, you said it's a persona you haven't used in a while.
Mm-hmm. What
So-
about Halloween Elmheart?
Okay. So does that make it more or less suspicious to a
Mm.
group of people who are worried about moles? You can absolutely reach out.
What
How
if
are you-
I
how are you-
do
How are you
one-
reaching out?
Here's what I'm.
Tell you what, if you're reaching out as an old persona, Halloween Elmheart.
Well,
you can
because
either-
maybe that'll make them less suspicious.
Sure, you can either roll me a history check or a persuasion check.
Easy choice.
Easy choice. Okay.
history of
History is +1.
History.
My persuasion is a good old +5.
All right.
Do I roll the big?
Yeah,
Big boy?
I can't control what dice you roll.
All right. The 22
22.
persuasion.
With a 22 persuasion, that's pretty fucking good, actually.
Very good.
With a 22 persuasion,
What else?
you Halloween Elmheart. How would you how would you describe Elmheart?
She is kind of the opposite of Vina.
Mm-hmm.
Truly. So she's a wood elf. Red hair, freckly, super bubbly.
Oops.
What?
hand-me-down robes.
Shut up. But very like bubbly and sweet and like charismatic and innocent seeming, right? Kind of this gentle demeanor about her. But kind of uses that as her advantage to like, you know? Yeah.
All right.
What was her name?
Hollowin Elmhart. I can put it in the chat.
Hollowin, with that 22 persuasion, you meet at, and I'm gonna say it takes about a day or two, 2 days. The rest of the party can do some stuff in that meantime, but it takes 2 days to make contact. You use kind of some older encoded messages they predate some of the newer systems that are in place. A little more clunky, but they're ciphers and stuff. You are able to make contact, not with your father, but a servant of your father. You are sitting at a very nice cafe. They serve tea, a little cake, stuff like that. As a red-headed dwarf with this big, massive, like, beer gut and, like, a tank top that's way too short and kind of, like, plumber crack type shorts, like, just kind of, like, and it just kind of plops down on the other side of you, and like, flags down the bar. He was like, "Can I get a ale, please?" And the waiter's like, "Sir, this is a tea shop. We'll put whiskey in it then. Like, it's not hard." He'll kind of turn to you and be like, "Elmard, what the fuck do you want?"
Well, there's been some interesting things happening throughout the city.
Agreed. I would say, once in a nightingale. He says nightingale. Nightingale's a code word for essentially telling you he read your ciphers. He is now using the code word to verify who you are. You give the correct response. Suddenly, the drunken demeanor stops. He sits upright. Miss Vina, what can I do for you?
Well, Ren, but yeah.
Well, yes, but we don't use that name in public, Miss.
I know. Well, okay, no, that was Chelsea talking.
Okay.
That wasn't. Okay. I'm sure you're aware of the happenings within our circle.
Quite a stir. Multiple dead, presumably moles among us, and the entire coffer is being run dry. You didn't know about that?
No.
Interesting. Yes, unfortunately, your family coffers have been pilfered, so to speak. When your mother passed, rest her soul, the Ranoses ransacked her safe house, murdered her, and put her to the stake, and burnt her alive, as they do with changelings. But they took the vast majority of the family's holdings in magic weapons, gold, silver, copper, and platinum. There are still small pockets of funds hidden, but the vast majority are spoken for, so to speak, now. It only happened 3 days ago. It's still pretty fresh.
Oh, so this is Chelsea now. So that like had just happened when we were at the party.
Yeah, this is like fresh news.
Oh. Are you aware of my brother passing as well?
Do you have confirmation on that?
Yes. It was. And what were the tieflings' names again?
Nathan. Pronunciation Zilia, and what was the second one?
It was Zilia and Liliana.
Liliana, thank you. I almost said Lylan. Zilia and Liliana. Yep. Uh, the Bittergut will kind of think for a moment. It would make sense. He has not reached out in a certain amount of time, so we assumed he was dead, but I suppose a mole is possible.
Because I had received a message from him that seemed a little off.
I see. If we are contacted by him, we won't tip him off, but we will bring him in for interrogation, if we can locate him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other information for the family? I admit it's getting smaller by the day, but...
I do. I had some run-ins with a certain Fae. Right, he's Fae.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Ilianos
And
Katanta?
yes.
I mean,
And-
Ilianos, bitch. Got him.
And I was
Ow,
able
ow.
to I was able to negotiate some information about the new ruling family. The guards are skated.
Or just the one night.
Just the one? Sorry, the
Oh,
one,
man. Black Knight.
the Black Knight.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we can do anything with that currently, but that is something to look into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what those rat bastards would be doing in the city, but I don't like it.
He's right.
They are traditionally not to be trusted, and verminous cancer that spread and rot whatever they touch.
We did
don't
take
know
out a
what-
fair number of them. Right, weren't there, Escape? Right?
Hmm.
Okay. I'm like, I can't remember. It's so far back.
Unfortunately, they breed like, well, rats. If you see one, there's 20 or 30 more. Not to belittle your accomplishment, but just to realize there are probably more enemies than even we appreciate currently. It's always more complicated when I talk to you, Vina.
I can't help it.
Tell me, is there anything I can do for you with my admittedly limited resources?
Well, I'm sure you've seen the bounty that is out on
Quite.
the group.
It's a very rare thing to have such a high bounty placed on you. Are you aware that it's not everywhere? It's just spy masters, families, assassins, guilds, professionals. Adventurers don't have that information. It's much too much gold. But
It's good to know.
professional killers are certainly after you.
Wonderful.
It's not the first time, won't be the last.
What information do you have on the Allocrest? Is that right?
Mhm.
Artie's family. Okay, I have so many names to keep straight.
All right.
The of the Allocrest family.
They're ambitious, powerful, militaristic. They've hired a lot of mercenaries recently. Their oldest son and successor to the family was recently killed in a duel. Aside from that, they don't like you. Don't know why, but they have made it their mission to victimize your poor little bar. But for some reason, they've stopped, and I assume because Peritonossi killed the successor to the family. Like, that's a pretty definite statement. But I would assume they're going to cause you trouble if you leave the city proper, where the Aussies' influence no longer reaches.
Good to know. Speaking of the Aussies, we are a little perplexed as far as why Artie's brother would step up. Have you heard any information as far as any reason why they would still be interested in Artie's?
Well, siblings are a funny thing. Love manifests in different ways, as I'm sure you know. As far as interest in the boy, if they were interested in him, they would have kept him in the family. But maybe perhaps a more interesting consideration is if they wanted people interested in him, they would have kept him in the family. Excommunication essentially is a social death sentence for nobles. But Artie never really had any of that. So, where some might see him being cast out, it might be worth bearing in mind that being cast out also means being cast to the shadows. And as you know, Vina, the shadows are very often allies instead of monsters. Only fools are afraid of the dark.
This is true.
It's purely speculation. But it's a move we'd make if we wanted somebody out of the light.
Absolutely.
And especially for a family who's currently sitting at the right hand of the Ranos family. A very high profile.
Mm-hmm. I think I need to have a little more of a conversation with Artie.
Do you think he knows anything? Truly,
Maybe.
I've sat at your bar more than once, in more than one form. The boy is a boy. Good-natured,
Well,
fine lad. But I would not rely on him for any more information than what you've gathered so far.
What?
Furthermore, I hesitate to tell you this as it shows our hand and maybe some of your dealings of late. But a certain ship may have crashed 3 days' travel to the northeast.
Got that, Nathan.
There was a distress beacon launched, but no contact since. In return for that information, I merely ask you not ask why we know it's significant to you. Don't dwell on that.
Oh.
Fair enough. What, Brandon?
They know you be fucking.
That seems very likely.
Yeah.
It was him. He
No. I'm just curious. What about Artie would need protecting to be put in the shadows that he would not even be aware of?
Well, on the surface, nothing. Nothing at all. A truly unremarkable lad with no social standing, no power, no reason.
No bitches, no job.
No bitch. Well, he's got one. He's got one. She's a bad bitch, but you know. No social standing, no significance. So why cast him out? It's a fairly high-profile thing to do to disown one of your family members. Doesn't necessarily hurt the Aussie social standing any, but it is significant, a significant thing to do to somebody who is insignificant. Maybe the boy is not all that he seems, and maybe the boy doesn't know that.
I'm just looking at, do I have any sort of spell to tap into his brain? Anyway. That was just Chelsea thinking. How can I psychoanalyze this bitch to, like, get down into his, like, hidden memories?
So Bittergut is a servant of your family, and this is one of his personas. He's another changeling. Most likely, Bittergut's one of those. He's got no reason to lie to you. Like, he believes your ciphers. And it's maybe not even just like a hidden memory. Like, he's probably just spitballing here. Like,
no, I'm talking about Artie.
Oh.
I want to tap into Artie's brain.
Detect memories is a powerful spell if you roll high enough. Or if they fail.
Anyway.
This is gonna sound bad. Artie's pretty good at failing when it comes to this kind of thing. I'm sorry, am I wrong?
Jesus Christ. Alright, tell me how you really feel about Artie. No, you're not. You're not.
I love him, but, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Alrighty.
Is Detect Memories a spell? Find memory?
Detect Thoughts, I think.
Oh, Detect Thoughts.
Yeah, I might have misspoke there. Yeah, Detect Thoughts.
Interesting.
Yeah, like, you could potentially dig deep with that.
I didn't officially pick a spell from the last level up, so.
Oh, okay. Leave it to a spy to get a little tricky. But at this point, you guys do have some information on the Stormbringer.
Yeah.
And potential crash location. You could do that. There's the Bandit King to the south. And Bittergut, as far as speculation, Artie is currently all dried up. Yes, Calgus.
Can I cast Detect Evil and Good on Artie?
Sure.
Okay. So for the duration, I know if there is an Abjuration, Celestial, Elemental, Fey, Fiend, or Undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there was a place or object within 30 feet that has been magically... Yeah, okay.
That has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Yes. But that's not important.
Oh, no, it is.
Oh, it is. Oh,
it's incredibly important.
Oh, it's very important.
Calgus, you cast Detect Evil and Good. And for a moment, you receive nothing. There is no Abjuration, there is no Celestial, there is no Elemental, Fiend, Fey, Undead within 30 feet of you. And I'm assuming you're targeting Artie in this area?
Yeah. It's up to 10 minutes, though, so...
Absolutely. For a moment, there's nothing. And then, you sense, faintly, but there, magical consecration. Ground that has been holy. And then it moves. And it moves again. And everywhere Artie steps, for the briefest of moments, the ground is consecrated. And he is consecrated ground as well.
Brandon, can we say you do this when I am there and I cast Detect Thoughts, like, as you do it? Well, I suppose it's not happening, like, as you're doing. I guess it's just always a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Ah. So
Who was
so-
his mom, really?
Yeah. So he himself is not anything. Really, like he's not Fey, Fiend, Undead.
Nope.
He just creates holy ground underneath him.
Very briefly.
Do I understand the
But
implications?
he counts as holy ground as well.
Do I understand the implication of that?
Roll me a religion check.
Tiamat, be with me.
Roll with advantage. If you're invoking Tiamat, roll with advantage.
Praise be to Tiamat, 21.
21.
So like how
Calgus-
Tarask is a living mountain.
For a moment, you're just drawing a blank. You're like, I don't know religion. And then in an instant, you are standing in front of a gate that is shaking, made of wrought steel, adamantine, silver, shaking off its hinges, a black void that is its wall, towering 80, 100 feet above you, seeming to stretch on and on, as a roar and fires lick under the door, and suddenly you have an understanding that of what consecrated ground is. So, yeah, it's holy. It is not naturally occurring. This is not something that a mortal should be experiencing. One. And to consecrate ground is an incredibly powerful magical process.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever Artie's parents were either very holy, very magical, the means of his birth were magical, he is blessed in some way, like, it's very strange. And that, in and of itself, is notable enough.
We need to figure out who the fuck his mom was. / is.
And the vision of the gate fades.
I'm just trying to think of what you could do with that, though. Since only for a split sec, and he himself counts.
So it's less that he is using this ability, and it's more
It just
an
like
innate
his
That
his
It's just-
innate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, like how he could be used by people. Is the issue?
Can he be a solution to the freaking undead Tarask, and so people don't want him alive? To be a counter to that? If it's undead,
Yeah.
does consecration kind of like counter that?
Yeah.
Be like a ha,
We
take that.
motherfucker
And so
alive.
if he, right, if he hones this, if he becomes aware of who and what he is, and then can tap into that power, does that amplify, and can he just consecrate ground to either A, protect it, or B, you know,
What if he went to the way lines?
Or the ley lines?
Ley lines, yeah.
Oh, he goes to the ley lines and he can. Oh, and then he can spread it.
mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he can spread it.
Can detect thoughts get subconscious?
You want? Do you want to get Artie's subconscious thoughts? Or
Yeah.
is this...
Holy shit, he could consecrate the entire land.
No roll necessary. I'm gonna say Artie fails it by nature being Artie. You
I did
get
too,
some
I'm mad at you.
You get some unconscious thoughts. And it's So Artie is about 17, 18 years old, right? So you get horniness.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have
You
say.
get
Yeah.
a couple flashes of images of Nymph. in
Hornets.
bathing suit probably a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You get like
No, that's
flashes of like
uncomfortable.
No, we'll
flashes of,
say
like-
recent. So.
Jason, can we get some artwork? Please?
No,
That is
like-
a literal. If you're talking about that, at that point, Ninth was
Nin-
a child.
Oh, I am.
Ninth is older than Artie.
How much
That's
older?
Okay.
A year and a half.
Okay.
It's like
if it's a few years,
it's
I would
like
still
t-
make him. I would still make her a child.
yeah, it's 2 years back. They were both 15 and 16 respectively.
Ignore me.
Yeah,
Okay. And so that's just. Yep.
it's weird he's highlighting on it, but the relationship makes sense. Anyway, but then there's like pictures of Ninth, sadness, feeling like he fucked up, feeling like he's got to fix it, not knowing how to fix things. Maybe she wants flowers. That's stupid. Maybe she wants cake. That's dumb. You're stupid. You're a failure. Like
Can I try to
flashes
tap
of even
into?
even your family doesn't want you. Like
Oh.
what the fuck are you doing?
Can I tap into maybe some of those like earliest memories? You know what I mean? Kind of like those weird, like those first memories, like when you think back.
Sure.
If there's any of like his parents or.
I'm gonna roll a d100, and we're gonna see what
Okay.
shakes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Could I probe memories? So start saying things to
Mm.
provoke him to think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll this with advantage for Freudian bullshit.
What was your childhood like?
Do you remember who your mom was? Just a very important question.
Also,
Check your trauma.
is your dad really your dad?
Calgus. Vina. Calgus, you're kind of probing with these questions, trying to get some
Mhm,
answers.
mhm.
Vina, Artie, I'm gonna say you guys kind of like key Artie into what you're doing, and you're just like trying to probe him for some answers. You probably don't tell him what you're doing, but he's more than willing to like submit to whatever you guys need. You go ahead and place your hand on Artie's head, and for a brief moment, you're looking out, and the world seems big, and everything just blown up to proportion. A beautiful sunlit mosaic window. On your skin, you feel the finest silk blanket as you gaze up into a face that is kind of being blocked out by the sunlight. But you can tell it's smiling and happy to have you. And in the next moment, you're older. You're maybe 18, 19. Your body's gangly. It feels weird. It doesn't feel natural. And suddenly you watch as a flashing golden blade comes and cleaves you in two.
So did you just...
And you kind of get shaken out of Artie's memories. As you kind of do that, Artie is sweating profusely and looks panicked.
What the fuck?
So,
What did you need? Why did I see that?
Okay,
so you saw that too.
What the fuck?
guys, what the
Um,
fuck happened?
How
Vina, that
old
is-
did you
Vina, that is
feel?
precisely the vision that Ninth described to you.
No.
A
And it was
flashing-
like
Mhm.
future?
The same So once again, it started out and it felt like you were a baby.
Yeah.
And you were kind of looking at that world and that beautiful sunlight in that room. And
Yeah.
suddenly the world got dark and you felt older, your body kind of gangly, and a golden blade came out of nowhere, flashing and cleaved you in two.
But how could that
Wait,
be in
this-
his memory?
Yeah, detect thoughts. I'm so.
Was that? Is he like a reincarnation? Is this like a?
Has it come to pass already? Has he...
But then why would Ninth be seeing it as a
Kind of like
premonition?
a vision, yeah.
Is there some, like, reason that they'd want to kill him to reset the incarnation?
Once again, Artie, being Artie, will kind of laugh and he'll be like, well, that wasn't very fun.
Yeah, sorry, Artie. That got a little...
Was a weird joke. Make me feel like a baby and then make me die, but like, kind of funny, I guess. Like, you know.
No,
okay.
it was... yeah,
Artie.
He's having a very hard time rationalizing what just happened. Like, he's not coming at like attacking you. He's just confused.
Yeah.
Artie, we need to know where you came from.
My understanding's not good, but when Mother
No,
Saurian
no,
and
no,
Alfonso-
Artie, I need you to realize you're more important than you think.
Well, that really means a lot to me, and that means
No.
a lot coming from you.
Okay, thank you, and I
and-
appreciate your friendship. But literally, you are one of the most important people alive right now. I'm pretty sure.
Well, you're very important to me too, and I feel like that is
Not even to me. Literally, this world. You have the ability to completely change this world, and that's not even talking about. Oh, you can do whatever you want. No, every time you take a step, the round you make is fucking talk.
I haven't-
Consecrated.
I've been thinking about franchising. Like the business is doing well.
No.
Kind of a weird way of saying it. but-
Every step you take is concentrated ground. Fuck.
Consecrated.
Concentrated ground.
Concentrating
Like
ground.
Calgus, I understand I've been putting on some weight, but like really kind of rude.
There's no getting
It's fair. It's fair. Nintha said the same
there a-
thing.
is
She
there a
she
way
invited
I
me to
can
train with her the other day,
show
and I'll be real with you.
Is
I
there a
hid in
way
the
I
back
can
and ate
sh-
pastries.
show
I did
Artie?
that, and that's on me.
Listen to what Calgus is
Artie,
saying.
Artie. For a brief second,
Mhm.
when you walk, what you step on turns into. This is just Brandon fucking up the word.
Holy ground.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Turns into holy ground. You are literally holy ground.
Is he making a roll?
He rolled a nat one. I know it. He rolled a nat
I'm
one.
going to grab him and cast guidance.
Time-stamping again.
Okay,
I'm adding
good.
stream markers too,
I'm
Mika.
good. Yeah. No, he's. Once again, he's just kind of like I admit it wasn't just this one time. Nint has invited me to training multiple times. I have hid in the back, and eaten pastries multiple times. It's
Artie, eye
the
contact.
ground is holy. It's harsh, but it's
No.
fair. I need to work
Artie.
out.
Eye contact. I'm gonna cast guidance on him. The ground you step on is blessed. It is holy.
I swear.
You
if he
are a
makes
holy, blessed being,
I swear to
but
God, if
still
he
just a
makes this-
Saurian.
I swear to God, if
And
he
I
makes
don't
this-
understand how it's possible.
Artie will, for a moment, kind of like there's a look of like recognition, like in the severity of what you're saying and trying to convey. And he'll kind of pause and be like, "Holy, like clerics,
Like consecrated ground.
oh,
Like what takes people weeks and massive amounts of magic, and you just do it while you're walking on accident, passively, without even you thinking about it.
okay, nice. Okay. What do I do with that information?
That's valid. That's totally valid.
Artie will kind of like reach his hand out, like you know how like kids like fuck it, how I sometimes will like you'll reach out your like hand like at the remote and you're like maybe this time I'll use the force, and you'll kind of like hold out his hand in like a rough approximation of magic. And just, like, yeah,
Can I history
absolutely
check?
nothing. That did nothing. I used this-
Can I do a history check to see? Like, this has never happened before, right? Like, something like this has never been recorded.
Go ahead and roll me
Or religion. Whatever.
religion. You invoking Tiamat?
I wasn't planning on it on this one.
Okay, sounds good.
Why does invoking Tiamat matter?
Just curious. Just curious.
Mod 20?
Mod 20. Holy people are a thing. But to consecrate a mortal person as holy, to your knowledge, has never occurred before. Like, it is, like, maybe it could happen, but in all your readings, no, that's not something that's been documented before.
Okay. Artie. We don't know what we can do with it because this has never happened. This
Okay.
What you can do has never existed.
Right.
For all we know, you could gain control of it and consecrate every piece of ground in the fucking world. I don't.
Okay, but you said like where I step.
That's because you're not thinking about it. You don't know what you didn't know what existed.
Okay, I'm thinking about it. Kind of panicking, but I'm thinking about it. Kind of still feels like we're just in the bar though.
I just wish there was a way I could just show him my vision of detect good and evil. I can't give that to him.
Can you, through message,
that would actually unironically be really good.
What'd you say, Nathan?
Which idea?
Heroes painting.
If only Heroes could paint a picture for him right now.
Can message convey images?
Just words.
That's
words.
dumb. What about people that don't have inner? What about people that don't have inner voice? There are people that don't have inner
we don't
voice.
Actually, no, this is being recorded. I'm not gonna say that.
Mason.
Anyway, I would like to say
I was gonna make a joke, but like it was like right on the line, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe not tonight.
I would like to say that Vina
obviously
goes and talks to Ninth about the fuck she just saw.
Bring her now. Bring her now.
Yeah.
Hold up. Didn't we want to be at least a little bit?
But now she knows.
Cautious.
But now that Artie has seen it,
he hasn't seen. He doesn't necessarily know, and this was a memory.
So
he didn't see the future.
Straight up with advantage. Artie rolled like a 2 and a 3 to understand the vision. Artie really just does not like. To Artie, it feels like a really bad nightmare. But it did not feel real.
I still.
But I at least want to tell her. Well, I'm going to go talk to her.
But
I won't necessarily bring her here.
You can absolutely you can rope Ninth into this. She's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy enough.
And tell her what the hell I just saw with detect thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep convincing Artie.
So you are
Jesus
saying
Christ.
Artie is concentrating on. Oh. Okay, let's just say you're right. Let's just say you're right. That's never happened before. And I was trained in an order of holy. Okay, that's fine. Okay, if you are right, that makes Artie, without training, without any magical aptitude at all, because as children he tried and it was pathetic. That means Artie is equivalent to some of, if not superseding, some of the highest level holy people who have ever existed on this continent.
Mm-hmm.
As he is just naturally occurring holiness.
I'm gonna message her.
I gotta be real. He's like throwing mud at maids. Like that. None of what you're saying makes sense. I knew him as a child. Like he's a good kid, but like sorry. No offense, Artie, but like you're a good kid. Like you know, like you pretended to sneak out, but the butlers followed you. Like everybody knew when you left, and frankly, you went to read in the forest. Like it wasn't very rebellious. His rebellious phase was reading in the forest, guys. Like just so we're all clear. Like, yeah, I'm saying it, and it makes sense that maybe he is holy, but like, it's also kind of sad. Like, it's not very interesting.
I'm gonna message her.
Artie will look personally attacked by this, but yes, you know.
I'm gonna message her so that Artie doesn't hear
Cool.
about what I saw and detect thoughts and that memory.
She'll relay same thing she saw. She doesn't know about the mother. Seems confused by that. When Ninth met Artie, he was already in the wardenship of the Aussie family. So he was already there, and his mother had already died, and his father had already passed away from an illness. So she met Artie when he was like 4 or 5, and they've known each other since.
But like, as far as why we saw him die in a memory,
she doesn't know. But if it was a memory that matched her vision, she'll kind of panically tell you, like, there is a point where prophecy and fate correlate. And what you might have seen is not Artie's memory, but Artie's destiny.
yikers.
Not looking good for Homeboy right now.
I think it's worrisome because I'm afraid of multiple things. One, that just people want to get rid of him because, you know, he could ruin a lot of evil plans pretty easily if he gained control of this. Two, once celestial, fey, and fiendish beings learn of his existence, there will be a war over him to see who he uses that celestial power for. In a sense, I feel like it might be weak now because he doesn't worship anything.
Can we have Artie as a patron? Can we all spec into Warlock real quick?
Sure you can. He requires money, and his boons are he improves the bar.
Oh,
damn.
yes.
I mean,
Wait, like
we
Artie.
kind of already, we did sign our names.
Yeah.
Technically, aren't I already a patron of Artie's?
Technically, Artie is your. So he's not to you what a warlock is, like a patron is to a warlock. He's more like a sponsor. Like,
yeah, okay.
He magically signed a contract with you to keep you here. But like you could potentially break that contract. It's not like a warlock contract where you gotta like, struggle.
Got it. Okay.
I think we need to somehow dig into his lineage.
I think we need to dig into his lineage and try to see if we can. Someone who knows magic to teach him to like dig into it. And I think Vina, you might be the best to do that. As a sorcerer, you understand innate.
I suppose innate
with like your innate magical being. Like,
even though I'm a freaking chaotic neutral shadow sorcerer.
Can we just get like Artie to jizz in a cup and find out that way?
Oh,
I know that
we're not one of his. We're not his parents.
It's just a spit. It's a spit test.
That's not how that works.
It's the other way around, buddy.
I know that like Iris in the grand scheme of things isn't specifically like close to Artie, but would she have like a better chance of finding out about his lineage than others, or no?
So,
can we just go to the library?
Did you
So,
say she might actually?
yep. So roll me a history check, Iris.
Oh, please, 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 please.
To be very clear.
That's pretty good. To be clear,
Okay.
what? To be clear, what?
Just tell me the number.
22?
Okay.
Man.
The statement I was going to make before you rolled is higher might not necessarily be better.
Ah! Oh, what does that mean?
Huh?
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Can I do an inspiration dice to reroll?
Nope. Nope. I'm accepting that roll. You rolled 22. Artie's history. You've known him for a long time. His father died when he was about 4 or 5 years old. His mother died shortly after childbirth. Like hours after childbirth.
Hold up.
Additionally,
I love when Mason says additionally.
Valiasi adopted Artie and brought him into his stewardship. He was engaged to Ninth at age 6. Promise marriage, arranged marriage.
Mm-hmm.
For social standing.
Mm-hmm.
But the two, despite that, grew to be inseparable, close
Cute.
friends,
Mhm.
and actually eventually grew to love each other.
Oh.
Mhm.
Much to maybe Iris' desire. But
What? She's like 10 years older than him, huh?
yeah, but he's
I love
legal.
Artie.
Ew, no.
I love
Don't.
Artie.
You
It's
can't.
Good for you. Good for you, Mika. I put bait in front of you and you didn't take it. So that's a
I
that's a
have
clap
more.
star. Some people don't.
Anyways.
I literally failed immediately with Pirate Mommy, so.
But yeah, no, you know Artie pretty thoroughly. You know his history pretty thoroughly. There is not necessarily anything significant, but you can tell. So Artie's mother died shortly after childbirth, like
Mhm.
an hour.
Mhm.
Roll me a history check. My
I'm glad to.
my females in the party get to roll me a history check.
Interesting.
Assume that Calgus doesn't know anything about childbirth.
No. No.
Oh,
You
that's-
also had Shannon and egg. It's a little
That's also
different.
true. My childbirth is very different than other childbirth.
An
You're not wrong.
unnatural 20.
I got a 19.
Okay. Chelsea, is it reasonable to be sitting in your room, holding your baby, feeling good and like beaming a mere 1 hour after childbirth?
No.
It's tiring, it's exhausting, and you would not be feeling a sensation of relaxation as that vision was.
Fair.
So, there's a discrepancy. Artie's mother died an hour after childbirth, but in the vision, in Artie's memories, that though he doesn't remember her face, that feeling of his mother is very prominent. And in a very certain, like, defining way. As you guys
Is this a reverse Jesus moment?
As you guys are pondering that, there's a loud banging at the front door of the tavern.
Oh god.
Double barrel is drawn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm immediately
I'm gonna shove Artie, like use all my. I don't have much force.
I'm gonna cast
but-
invisibility on him. I'm casting invisibility on Artie.
Good. Yes. Oh no.
I point to Ninth and point to.
I'm getting
Tell her
itty
died.
bitty.
Oh no.
I'm going itty bitty and getting stealthy while this is knocking.
Oh,
So,
it's a fucking Skaven. Ah.
as the door bangs, you guys see. So, something I will say quick is the Skaven was the White Knight.
Oh, it's the White Knight. Okay.
As the door bangs, you hear Ardiasi, by the name of Lord Ranos, Emperor and High Council of the city of Menos, you are under arrest. You guys can look outside. At the front of the building, there are 20 Emperor's guards in adamantine armor. Not town guards, the Emperor's Praetorian. At the rear of the building, there's 20 more guards, all of which in full adamantine armor, with adamantine weapons.
Shit.
And in front of all of them, standing a cool 8 feet tall, is a large hulking figure with arms that hang down almost to the floor, claws extending past the armor, breathing heavily.
It's a bear.
So I did cast invisibility on Artie.
What if they have true sight?
It looks like a
Fair.
huge bipedal wolf in adamantine armor.
No.
Does
What
he have
is
a great
that?
sword on his back?
What does that mean?
No.
What does that mean?
Does he have a?
What does that
No.
mean? What does that mean? Someone explain to me what
No.
that means, please.
Not Henry.
No.
Not Henry.
No.
Not Henry.
No.
Henry. Not Henry. Not Henry.
There isn't a tabaxi anywhere, is there?
Not no. Henry looks so badass, but no. My boy. Look at what you've done to my boy.
Answer Chelsea's question. Is there a tabaxi anywhere?
There is no tabaxi.
Oh, thank
anymore.
God. Okay.
And that is where we're going to end session for tonight. Is
Oh.
invisibility has been cast, but the bar is currently surrounded by guards.
My boy.
That is
My
fucked up.
boy!
Oh my god, this
That's
is
my boy!
That is fucked
so
up.
Okay.
fucked. We
So
even
make
mentioned
the-
Henry earlier this session.
So Mika, just so you know, I'm just gonna give.
And for anyone watching.
Henry was my first character in Mason's last campaign, a lycanthrope blood hunter who wielded a great sword, who eventually left the party.
Might be.
It was kind of both or B.
Yeah.
But he'd signed a contract with a fallen celestial and gained wings and became celestial, but also demonic. Eventually became the bastard of Bast and led the revolution in Bast, which is a big city over there where Lord Resevere was taking over. He lost his contract and was imprisoned by Resevere, and that's all we knew of what happened to him.
And now Resevere has taken over this entire continent.
Cool. Cool. So, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's really good.
Where's
I
Haros
love-
to sweep in?
We have to meet Haros and
I
Haros
know,
eventually.
I'm terrified of Kanika.
I know.
Like, if
Yeah.
she
Hang
would
on,
make
hang
it-
on. Let me pull up,
Yeah, if she actually turns like fully,
she's terrifying. And that's not even like I had suppressed my vampire stuff, right?
Mhm,
That
you
hadn't
had
leveled up because I was suppressing it. So I was like barely a fraction of like the power that she could be. Mika, just for like understanding.
You told me about Kanika, but
Well, at least chat, right? Base movement speed,
yeah.
65 feet.
Yep, I did know that. Yes, correct.
What?
That's
Charles might have become a full angel at this point because of his sword. In response,
Oh, that's right.
he might have gone to the Feywild and then gone to heaven through the Feywild and fully transformed his sword in order to fight Resevere.
Mhm. Well, yeah, and Kanika is so she was a Tabaxi monk that then leveled in rogue and was turned into a vampire.
Oh fuck.
I did know that much.
And she had, as far as rogue, it was assassin.
Mason
Yeah.
just wants to watch the world burn.
Yep.
Also, I know this is off topic, but depending on how much people we have, Jackbox or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I wanted to play Jackbox and I wanted to stream it.
Yay. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to end this stream so that we can have the D&D stream.
Yep, and then a
like,
separate stream for.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yep.
those of you in chat, it'll be back up, but I'm just ending stream so that we can have this as a nice little upload for YouTube. So,
Make
sit
it easier
tight.
on Chelsea.
Yes, it's just so much easier because then it's just one button to like
Mhm.
upload it. So sit tight. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Also, I am going to go out because I have to take my dad to his finger sticking appointment.